It all comes down to this. The final race of the inaugural Outlaws Sim Series Bandit Grand Nationals iRacing season comes to the virtual Kansas Speedway for its final stop. Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. We welcome you to the live coverage of tonight's season finale in virtual Kansas City, Kansas. Among the world's most modern motorsports facilities, Kansas Speedway opened for business in 2001, some 15 miles west of Kansas City, Kansas, under the ownership of the International Speedway Corporation, and originally consisting of a 1.5-mile trioval with a uniform 15 degrees of banking. The facility underwent a major revamp in 2012 that resulted in progressive banking on the oval, 17 to 20 degrees in these corners, 17 on the bottom, 20 up high. Unlike back in December, also, we'll be racing under the lights tonight for 205 laps. And good evening, everyone. I'm Emerson Arden. Jacob Zala joins me on the call this evening, and we head into tonight's race. We have 4 drivers eligible for a championship this evening. A lot of people have been putting their money on a couple names, but I'm going to ask you right out the gate, Jacob, who will you be putting your money on for tonight's race?
You know, my money is going to be on the guy who won it back in December, Seth Berger. I know the track has changed, but if Seth can adapt to those changes, I think he'll be out there and he will win the championship.
I think, everybody kind of looks at Seth Berger. He won the last race. He dominated the race in December. Led all but 13 laps. But tonight, I got to go with Adrian. Adrian's really been coming, up to fruition on a lot of different types of tracks, by the way. We all know he's good at the road courses. He won at a plate track. But, look at his last round. He finished 26th at Talladega. He wrecked out at Dega. Then second at Richmond. Third at Charlotte. He really came quick up at Charlotte. We saw him in practice. He was in the middle of the pack. He starts at the back a lot. He saves his tires. Tonight's race is all going to be about how long can he go on a good set of tires. I think Adrian Schumacher is just going to be the king of that.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing more I can say there. Adrian's definitely a good driver, but if not Adrian, then you still got 2 drivers left, Malenko and Max. And Malenko, he's not that good. He's not really good at mile and a halfs, but I think tonight he'll find something out of that number 7 car, and he'll be a factor at the end of this one for sure.
Absolutely. Let's not even discredit Malenko on his mile and a half runs. He has yet to win on a mile and a half this season, but he really came up to speed at Charlotte as well. He was running up there in the top 5 for a good chunk of the race, and he's been quickly becoming a force to be reckoned with on these mile and a halves. Not yet a winner, but that could change tonight. I also have to give a huge shout out to Max Service. He's on a 31 race winless streak, but 7 second place finishes since that race. By the way, the last race he won was a mile and a half at Legacy, Texas. If you think about Legacy, Texas, and its comparison to Kansas Speedway, they are oh so similar. You cannot count Max Service out of tonight's title as well.
I agree. Max Service, he definitely did win at Texas, and that was a good run for him. He's very consistent, and he could have a chance to win here tonight. And like I said, it's all just going to depend on how the race falls out and if there's any cautions.
Absolutely. Well, that's kind of our thoughts on the final 4 drivers. We're going to get their thoughts on themselves and the other competitors in just a moment. But first, Jacob has a little something to share with us here as we get back to the Speedway.
Well, everyone, as you know, I used to run in the Outlaws Sim Series. I used to do racing. I was pretty good. I wasn't the greatest. I wasn't the greatest driver. Nobody really liked me because I did get into a lot of wrecks. But now it's just I've been up in the broadcast booth with Emerson, and it's been really fun, and I love doing it. So now I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. I'm going to retire from Outlaw Sim Series competition, but don't worry, guys. I'll be back. I'll be here. I'll just be up here broadcasting for the fans, and I really do love the fans here, and the Burger Nation. I'm looking at you, especially you guys out there, Burger Nation. You guys are awesome. You guys are great, but not just Burger Nation, everybody else who tunes in every Wednesday night to watch Outlaw Sim series. And to be a part of it all is awesome. And I want to thank Adam and Emerson for allowing me to do this and allowing me to come up here and broadcast and make this thing really a show. And hopefully we can put out a great show for the last one.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Jacob. We're going to have an amazing show tonight here at the Kansas Speedway. Everybody who's out on the stream channels right now, go ahead and comment down below. We just gained access to our comment section, so go ahead and flood those comments. We'll be reading them out. But as we do that, we're going to be getting ready for some of these interviews we have with some of the Championship 4 drivers tonight. And I think first, we absolutely must give a huge shout out to the driver who just barely made it in to this round, Adrian Schumacher. He made it in on a tiebreaker by best finish in last round over Jeremiah Stutzman after the wild turn of events that happened last week at Charlotte. Here is your Championship 4 driver of the number 82, Adrian Schumacher. Win at Road America. And it's going to be Adrian Schumacher just won this race. Adrian Schumacher, for the third time this season, will win at the Charlotte Roval. That was how Adrian Schumacher became a Championship 4 driver. Adrian, it's good to see you tonight. How you doing?
Yeah. Wasn't expecting to be in this position.
You know what? After the run that happened at Talladega, I can definitely see that. But you know what? Racing is racing, and anything can and almost anything will happen in racing. But I guess I first have to ask, what does it mean to you to be in this position?
Like, it means to me, like how much I developed as an iRacer, I guess. But I mean, all this means to me is like how much I've improved on racing on simulator and is being a better driver in general.
Absolutely. We've seen you kind of become a driver, a force to be reckoned with week in and week out. But why should you be considered a serious threat for tonight's title fight?
I don't know. I think it's more of a fluke that I'm in. Just as long as the race has like no cautions, long runs, I think I should be good to be a competitor in this Final Four. Because if you look at the leaderboards right now, I'm obviously the slowest out of the four, but I'm hoping on long run speed.
Fair enough. The track has changed quite a bit since December. Oh my goodness, big hit. But we're now under the lights.
I hope that doesn't happen.
We're under the lights tonight. How much can we look back to that December race at Kansas in the middle of the season as a reference for tonight's race, or is it a complete wash?
I think the outside is still the lane to go. It does feel a lot more loose, but which I think goes into my favor a lot. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So, let's say we have a late race restart. You're in the front two rows. Your fellow title contenders are ahead of you. How are you going to ensure you win the championship?
We run each other and slide through.
Fair enough. We have 205 laps on the docket tonight. That's a long race. We had 200 laps last week, so we're going even 5 more. How are you going to attack this race from a physical standpoint? I know you're pretty young, so it maybe shouldn't affect you too much, but still, that's a lot of seat time plus this practice time. How are you feeling? How are you going to attack tonight's race as a person?
Same way as Charlotte. I'm going to go to the bathroom before this, obviously, and because I don't think like playing a video game is like total weight on your body. That's just what I think. But yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we're gonna leave you to it, driver. Big night for you tonight. Hopefully, you're also tuned into the broadcast when we finish up qualifying here in about 25 minutes. You're not gonna want to miss that. Nonetheless, congratulations on making the championship 4. That is, in itself, a huge accomplishment for a self-proclaimed road racer. And best luck to you tonight, driver.
Thanks, and I might have everybody watching on the stream might hate me now because I called this a video game.
Aw. You know what? You might get some people there, but I think a lot of people will understand as well. All right, but congratulations again on making this race, and best luck to you tonight.
Thanks.
Right on. And so that was driver of the number 82. Again, championship contender tonight, Adrian Schumacher in the 82. And in just a few moments, we're going to be lined up here with the driver who finished third in the last round, the third championship driver in tonight's race, if you will. Driver of the number 81, Max Service. Played it beautifully. The cautions fell into his favor, and Max Service is gonna win. Max Service, first multi-time winner on the season at Legacy, Texas. And that is driver of the number 81, Max Service, who's currently standing by with our Jacob Zala. Jacob, take it away.
Max, first of all, how are you doing, and how are you feeling?
Feeling alright, I guess, considering I absolutely suck at Kansas.
Well, if you're in the front 2 rows of a late race restart and your fellow title contenders are ahead of you, how will you ensure you win the championship?
By not wrecking, that's probably how to run with all of us in this hard as we race and as dumb as we race, but we'll see how it goes. But I think getting a restart is important there and maybe taking it 3 wide.
205 laps on the docket tonight. Long race. It's we ran 200 last week, so 5 more laps than again this week. How will you attack this tonight from a physical standpoint?
I feel like it's all about just not losing focus at any point in time, because any lapse in focus is just going to be one more wall hit, and we don't want any damage on the car to be able to contend for a win here. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to do anything that I wouldn't normally do every other week. It's not that much longer. It's really only 5 more laps than what we did last time we were here.
And then what does it mean to you to make the championship 4?
You know, it means a lot. It's been fun. It's been fun out here, but I don't know. It's been exciting all year long to compete here against some really good drivers and to be one of the final 4. That's certainly an achievement. But I mean, it doesn't really matter unless I win. So I guess the end goal is to do that here tonight.
10-4, and then I'll go ahead and ask one more, and then we'll get you on your way here. The track has changed quite a bit since December, and now we're under the lights. How much do you look towards the Kansas race in the middle of the season as a reference towards tonight?
I think it certainly helps a lot out here, just running that race and learning from it. But I don't know. I don't think the track's changed all that much. It's certainly a little bit better to drive, but it's not that much difference. So the first race at Kansas really was a learning experience coming into this one, especially learning what I did wrong a lot in the first run, one considering I ran really bad.
Alright, Max. Well, best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we will see you up in either victory lane or with the championship win.
Thank you. Hopefully.
And again, that was driver of the number 81, Max Service. And again, we're just going to keep this gravy train on rolling. Right now, we're going to be gathering it up with our next championship competitor. This guy who was, leading the point standings for a good chunk of the season did not lead the point standings here at the end, is it cause for some, is it cause to sound the alarms in the Burger Nation camp? I don't know. I think we're going to find out before that, but let's meet driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. For Burger Nation, he is going to win. Can he get there side by side to the line? It's going to be Seth Berger. For the 6th time this season, Seth Berger will win at Dover. And here we are with the driver who led the points for a good chunk of the season, Seth Berger. And Seth, how you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling good, man. How about you?
We're feeling great as always here as well. So you come tonight, of course, with a lot of momentum. You know, winning the last time out at Kansas. You did kind of lose the point lead there in the middle of that 3rd round. But overall, I guess first, what does it mean to you to just be a championship forward driver?
But to be honest with you, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get a win, just considering how new I am to the service. But the fact that I'm here is already a win in itself. But there's a job to do tonight, and I plan on getting it done tonight.
Absolutely. So why should you be considered a serious threat for tonight's title?
Obviously, with the success here at Kansas last time, that alone in itself should be a warning to the other drivers how fast I could be tonight. I just have to keep it clean tonight and do what I know I can do, and I know I can be up front.
Absolutely. So now the track has changed quite a bit since December, man. You know, you dominated. You led, I think, all but 13 laps back in December. But now we're under the lights. You know, there's been a couple iRacing updates. How much can we look towards what happened in December as like a benchmark or a reference for tonight's race?
You know, I think you're definitely going to see some similarities. I mean, I still think this track is top lane dominant, but I think the ability to pull slide jobs off is going to be much more available tonight, just because they made the bottom lane more usable. But I'm just going to stick to what I know and what I learned the last time we were here, and yeah, I think it should be similar enough.
Fair enough. So, if you're in a late race restart, you know, how about the front 2 rows? You got some championship contenders ahead of you. How do you make sure you're the one holding the trophy at the end of the night?
Send it 3 wide, man. It's all or nothing tonight. Obviously, you got to do it cleanly, but I'll send it 3 wide if I have to, do whatever, but I plan on being up front all night.
So the endurance aspect of this series is quite a unique one. I know a lot of racing leagues on iRacing don't do normally this long of races, but 205 laps on the docket tonight. This is, you know, kind of normal for us, but still longer than like what we were in last week. So how do you attack, you know, this race or races this season from a physical standpoint as a person?
It shouldn't be too hard, man. Honestly, you just go lap by lap, and eventually the race will be over. So that's game plan tonight, and gonna keep it like that. That's what I did last time here, and it worked out.
Hey, fair enough. So trying to, I guess, repeat what happened last time out in December, back around Christmas time. You got a good present for Burger Nation. I think you want to treat them to some to another present tonight here at Kansas. Right now, leading the practice charts. Do you think this can hold up throughout qualifying and 205 laps of racing?
I definitely think so. I hope we can get some long green flag runs. That was my strength here last time, and I think it still is here this time. But if I lose the lead at the beginning, I'm not going to be too hurt. I'm just going to stick to my game plans at these bigger tracks, and hopefully it works out at the end. I'm going to keep doing what I know.
Fair enough. Well, once again, congratulations, because it's a huge accomplishment for a driver so new to the sim. One of the newest drivers in the league to iRacing, by the way. This driver came onto the iRacing service with 3 weeks before the season started. He's now come in, has won 6 races on the season, and is a championship 4 competitor tonight. Absolutely remarkable what Seth Berger has been able to do tonight, or this season, and who knows how he'll be able to cap it off with a potential championship tonight. But once again, amazing run this season. Amazing run right now in practice. Congratulations on making this race, driver. and best of luck to you tonight.
All right, thank you, and thank you to Burger Nation for all the support this season.
Absolutely. Make sure you tune in during the warm-up session, my guy.
All right, for sure.
Right on. Driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. But 6 wins on the season. Jacob, he was not the top seed coming into tonight's race. Well, when the points reset, technically he was, but he was not the point leader leaving Charlotte, Jacob. That driver is the 7 of Malenko. We're going to meet him right now. Malenko, for his first win on the 180 laps led. Malenko, for the second time this season, is going to win. Third time this season, Malenko wins. And here is driver of the number 7, Malenko. He's standing by with Jacob Zala. Jacob.
Malenko, first of all, how are you feeling tonight? It's a championship race. How are you feeling?
As good as I'll ever be. Sitting on
You
the
are-
board pretty high.
Yeah, I was about to say, you are currently second on the charts right now, but before we get to all that, I'm going to ask you this. What does it mean to you to be in the championship 4?
Quite a good feeling. I had to really work my way through each round. I barely made it to first, second round, and really had to be up front pretty much the whole third round to make it in here. So quite proud.
Why should you be considered a serious threat for tonight's title?
I don't really know. That's people in Vegas' job to figure it out. Why I should be what they should put me down at the odd number. I'm just here to race.
Sounds about right. The track has changed quite a bit since December, and we're now under the lights tonight. How much do we look towards the Kansas race in the middle of the season as a reference towards tonight?
Hopefully I can take the whole first Kansas race and throw it in the garbage, because everything I did there was wrong. Looking a little bit better here, running the top a lot better. Plus the new steering ratio I'm running for this race has really helped me run this top lane.
Right. If you're in the front row, and if you're in the front 2 rows of a late race restart, and your fellow title contenders are ahead of you, how will you ensure that you are the champion?
Make sure that they have an early trip to the next season.
I like that answer a lot, Malenko. 205 laps on the docket tonight, long race. How will you attack this tonight from a physical standpoint?
It's going to be a long race. A little bit longer than our 200, just 205. Felt pretty good after that Charlotte race actually, so shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Malenko, I love the paint scheme tonight. And like we said, mile and a halves aren't your best of tracks, but now you're second on the charts. Best of luck to you tonight, and hopefully we will see you with either in victory lane with the championship or with the championship in general.
Thank you.
Right on, that is driver of the number 7, Malenko. And again, hopefully everybody will tune in to what we got coming up after qualifying for the warm-up session. That is going to be absolutely amazing. The surprise we've got lined up. Jacob and I, man, we have been giddy trying to keep this one a secret.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's only about 10 minutes away now, Jacob. How you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm so excited. This thing, everybody out there watching tonight, you guys will be shocked. Everybody who's watching racer-wise, you guys will be shocked. This thing is awesome. And again, shout out to our owner, Adam Gardner, for putting that together, what he put together in 10 minutes, what you guys will see. It's awesome.
Absolutely. I do want to let's shout out some of the drivers that are not in the championship for tonight. Landon Cardulo, 3rd on the charts. Greg Holt, 4th. We expect them to be very competitive tonight. How about Andrew Pratt and Tyler Markle up there on the charts? Very, very pleasant to see him up there in the top 6. Schaefer, 7th. Converse in 8th. Adam Gardner there in 10th. Jeremiah Stutzman just goes up to 10th at last second. He's going to knock Adrian Schumacher down to 12th, by the way. Cal Lingerfeld, 13th. Elam, Fox, St. Court, Thompson, Sylvia, and Eric Peck, the top 20. So here we go. We're getting ready to get into qualifying. And, yeah, this is it. Last qualifying session of the season. Who will be on the Pratt Tile and Stone pole? We're about to find out.
It's going to be insane to find out. I'm looking at that 77 car. Maybe he'll get the speed from practice and put it into qualifying. We'll have to find out, though.
Looks like we are still kind of awaiting drivers to get on the track. Looks like Adam Gardner is going to be the first driver to make it out onto the track. So we'll see what Adam can do. Here's his warm-up lap. You're going to be watching him here. Look at him use that outside now. Some drivers may actually use that outside in the race, but at the very least, you want to use that outside on your warm-up lap. Why is that, Jacob?
It's basically it's just like a plate track. The outside, once you run that wall, it'll get you faster going through these corners. And then once you get to your first lap, that's when you start rolling through the bottom, using the bottom. But the top really gets your car, helps to get it up to speed.
So we'll see how it goes here. Adam Gardner, as long as he makes it through turns 3 and 4 without hitting that outside wall. Well, there goes that.
There goes that.
Let's see who else we've got coming around. How about championship contender Adrian Schumacher?
All right. Let's see how he does in his qualifying run.
It'll be the first eligible time on the charts. It'll be top of the charts. Max Service will top him, though. Landon Cardulo will go top of the charts there in third. Let's catch up with our 2-time race winner, Nathan Sylvia. It'll be 4th on the charts for Nathan Sylvia there. We'll see how it goes. Landon Cardulo is going to wreck. He had a purple sector 1. He was going to go faster. So maybe he was pushing a little too hard, maybe caught the wall. But nearly 2.
Oh, Sylvia hard into the wall there at the end.
Oh, man. Let's see who else is out on track. How about championship contender Malenko? He was 2nd in the practice charts.
I really do like that paint scheme for Malenko. It's beautiful. What a way to end off the season in that paint scheme.
Absolutely. And all the paint schemes for the championship 4 contenders tonight, they're all custom made by either Landon Cardillo, who made Max's car, and Malenko's car. Malenko goes 2nd on the charts, making him the highest championship contender at the moment. Devin Zimmerman improved, I guess, upon Seth Berger's paint scheme. Devin Zimmerman out in the chat, by the way. He said the Hamburglar earlier, and then also gave a shout out to Seth, Max, Malenko, and Adrian tonight, and telling him to get it done. He loves the old McLaren scheme that Adrian runs. He has another guy who kind of makes the schemes, but he also works on them himself. Malenko will improve on his time, but he will stay 2nd there. Let's see who else. How about it? Look, waiting for Seth Berger to take to the track. He has yet to. He may be waiting for the track to cool down even more. But how about Reese Schaefer, who's got 2 mile-and-a-half wins on the season?
Yeah, and Reese Schaefer, we'll see if he can get a fast lap in. Like you said, 2 mile-and-a-half wins on the season. Last week at Charlotte, he didn't really have a good run, so we'll see if he can finally get that run back here tonight at Kansas.
That first lap's going to put him 4th on the charts. He's still got another Farron Elam out on the track as well. And here he comes, Burger Nation. Driver number 77 coming out of the pit lane. We'll catch up with him in a moment. We'll watch Reese Schaefer come to the line first. Reese Schaefer will go 2nd quickest with his time, but now let's catch up with championship contender Seth Berger, the 4th of the championship 4 drivers to take to the track. Let's see where he ranks amongst his championship contenders. I'm sorry, the 3rd, because I don't believe Adrian set a lap time yet. Never mind.
No, Adrian did.
Adrian did, that's right. They're all really tight, by the way, up there. So we'll see where Seth places.
Yeah. We'll see where Seth places. Hopefully, Seth is my pick to win this thing. Let's see if he can put it on pole here.
Seth's
first time,
lap,
not so good.
Yeah, we'll see here now the 2nd time. You can... Sometimes the first lap is faster. Maybe he made a mistake on that first lap, though. So here he goes, working his way down the back straightaway. Will he be able to stick it on the front row? We'll have to find out here in just a few more moments. It will be fourth quickest for Seth Berger.
The championship 4 are really tight knit here on the grid.
Oh my goodness. Now how about last week's winner, Greg Holt, taking to the track? Sorry, you were saying?
I was gonna say that's Malenko 3rd, Berger 4th, Schumacher 5th, and then Service in 7th. Really tight knit grid right here for these championship 4 drivers.
Absolutely, and last week's winner, Greg Holt, right now, his first time puts him 6th, but he's ripping that inside lane. Will he be able to make some hay? Whoa, he's getting loose!
And loose, but he's got it. See if he can make that time back.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's go and take a look at the chat while we're getting some qualifying laps underway. Greg Holt, actually, we'll let Greg Holt finish his lap as Jeremiah Stutzman takes to the track. Devin Smith out there as well. Greg Holt will go. It'll improve to 4th quickest. Oh boy, this race has gotten even more interesting. So let's catch up with Jeremiah Stutzman as he works his way down the back straightaway. Let's take a look at the chat. Devin Zimmerman we already said loves the old McLaren scheme. Mark Berger said 77 all the way. Donovan Craddock with 3 burger emojis. Mark Berger says Burger Nation. George Guzman says dude. Devin Zimmerman says I'm already shocked. It's nice. I'm assuming he was referencing the paint scheme there. And he said it's a good qualifying session we got here. Dan Park says it sucks that he could not make it. Catherine Lingerfeld out in the chat says, let's go, Kyle. Out here cheering you on tonight. 33 viewers out on all of our social media platforms tonight. Both of the YouTube channels we got going. The Facebook page, Outlaw Sim Series, and the Twitch. Jeremiah Stutzman, did he just stick that thing on pole? He just stuck that thing on pole.
Oh, Jeremiah Stutzman with a quick one.
Wow. Is he going to do that back-to-back weeks?
Oh, boy.
There's still some fast drivers left to qualify, though. We have Joseph Causey, Christian Converse still out there. Andrew Pratt was fast. But what a run for Jeremiah Stutzman. 2 minutes left in qualifying. Kyle Lingerfeld himself is in the chat, says, let's go, number 65. It is redemption week. And let's see what does happen out in tonight's race. We still have a couple other drivers waiting to qualify. If they're going to get qualifying times in, they've got to start going within the next 10 seconds. Jeremiah Stutzman will come to a complete stop. What a run for Jeremiah Stutzman. And at the moment, it looks like nobody else is taking to the track. And now it is impossible for anybody to get 2 complete timed laps without rolling off the pit lane at this point. So I'm going to take this moment and shout out some very important people tonight. Like tonight's charity. Tonight's charity is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The AFSP is a voluntary health organization that gives those affected by suicide a nationwide community empowered by research, education, and advocacy to take action against this leading cause of death. If you want to check out more on them, make sure you go to afsp.org. And again, we shout out a different charity each week as we do it in the name, or we broadcast the final 30 minutes of our open practice session in the name of a charity each week. And we hope that all of you who tuned in tonight, all 37 of you tuned in tonight, at least take a moment and see what they're all about and see if they're a worthy cause to you to maybe donate to. Also tonight, this camera pack was custom built, custom made by Andrew Cardinale IV, and him over there at Whiplash Media does a lot of great work. He's the owner of Pit Stop TV. They specialize, in their various sim racing resources, paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, which we have a huge love for the Whiplash Media camera packs here. And they are the official graphic and camera provider over there at Pit Stop TV. You can grab your iBroadcast cameras if you're a broadcaster who needs cameras at www.pitstoptv.com. But again, Andrew Cardinale IV, he took this camera pack that, you know, was used in the Newark, Kansas broadcast, and then edited, sprinkled in his own, I guess, more, what's it called, spicing up for tonight's race. And again, the support that he has given me to really tackle this season, especially the second half, has been immense. And he's really streamlined me as a producer, as a broadcaster, and then the support with the cameras, man. He is really, you know, putting this on a silver platter for me. So again, please check out all that Whiplash Media has to offer at www.pitstoptv.com. Now, Jacob, we are into the warm-up session. Before that, I do have to shout out our Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner, Jeremiah Stutzman. And again, Pratt Tile and Stone, serving all your tiling needs since 2003. But to the 41 of you who are tuned in across all of our platforms, are you ready? Jacob, are you ready?
Well, I'm ready.
Well, here we go. Tonight's surprise is straight from the mouth of NASCAR on Fox analyst Larry McReynolds. Larry Mac, take it away.
Hey, Seth, Max, Joshua, Adrian. Larry McReynolds here with NASCAR on Fox. Now, Adam Gardner tells me the four of you have a big race coming up. The Championship 4. Congratulations on the four of you for making it for the Outlaw Sim Series. 205 laps at Kansas Speedway in Xfinity Series cars. That's going to be pretty exciting. And that's actually a pretty long race. You think about it, the Cup cars, they only run 267 laps, so 205 laps, that's a lot of racing. So I was kind of asked to give you what would be my keys to the race. So here they are. 205 laps, as I said, a very long race. You can't win this championship in the early going, but you can flat lose it. Don't get in trouble early. Take what it'll give you and be patient. Another thing would be, don't overdrive the entrance of the corner. This track is fast, it has a lot of grip, and it will just lure you into trying to drive it down to the middle of the corner. But if your car washes up, that's going to kill the straightaway speed for the next straightaway. So in like a lamb, out like a lion. The other thing, just like we saw in the Cup race, get all you can on restarts when those tires are nice and fresh and they have all that grip. Be smart. 3 and 4 wide can be a little dangerous, but take advantage of the restart. And lastly, you don't have to win the race. I know you want to win the race. How cool to win a race and a championship, but all you have to do is beat the other 3. So Seth, Max, Joshua, Adrian, good luck in this race. I'm going to be paying close attention. I'll be anxious to hear which one of you is crowned the champion. Maybe you will win the race. Again, good luck, take care, be safe, and regardless, you all made the Championship 4. Congratulations and good luck.
And how about that? Adam Gardner, you know, played a huge part in this. Of course, you know, the league owner, he was able to get a cameo from Larry McReynolds. It was worth every penny. That was absolutely amazing. And, you know, the work that Adam Gardner has done for us this season to give us something like that, you know, with the interviews with Norm Benning there at the All-Star race, and, you know, being able to sit alongside Luis Torres and call some of these races. And now, you know, this amazing, you know, 2-minute hype video from Larry McReynolds. Man, Adam Gardner is the absolute man. But Larry McReynolds, the man himself, how about those keys to the race, Jacob? What do you make of those?
Those keys to the race were awesome, and I couldn't agree more with what he said. You know, you're going to have to save tires, and like he said, in like a lamb, out like a lion. That's my favorite saying he said right there, and I know it's yours too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like he said as well, you don't have to win the race. There's a lot of fast drivers tonight who are not in the Championship 4. All you have to do is worry about the other 3 competitors that you're competing with for the title. Of course, you do want to win the race, like he said. But if you're a Championship 4 driver, all that matters is those other 3. And, man, just absolutely love that. That was hard to keep under wraps for a week. While we are in this warm-up session, let's see if we can get our starting grid here. Nope, we'll have to get in a few seconds here. But let's take a look at our race info coming into tonight's race. And how about it? It's a 205-lap event. 8 sets of tires for these drivers. 1 on the car, 7 in the pits. 74 degrees. The air temp 76 degrees. The track temp 51% humidity. How about 16-mile-per-hour winds, Jacob? How are these cars going to be handling with that?
These cars are going to be rocky, but I think we'll get through it. And a lot of wind, but these drivers can make it. It ain't going to stop anyone.
Absolutely. That wind's not going to stop. Oh, my goodness. It picked up to 18 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be fun tonight. They're going to be a little slipping and sliding. Yeah. There's unlimited overtime attempts. No fast repairs. 75% fuel loads. It's going to be a wild, wild, and fun night. Jacob, it's time that we go down through our... Excuse me. Get it? I don't know if we can get it. There we go. Let's go through our starting lineup, shall we? And how about it? Row number 1, Jeremiah Stutzman on the pole, back-to-back weeks. An amazing run for Jeremiah. And, him putting in that effort to get on that pole. Let's see if it pays off here. Landon Cardullo, another great hot lap there in second. Reese Schaefer third. The highest championship contender qualifying of Malenko. He's there in fourth. Greg Holt is fifth. Another championship 4 driver, Seth Berger, there in sixth. Adrian Schumacher, the third championship 4 driver, there in 7th. Theron Elam Jr., a very, very commendable qualifying run. He's there in 8th. Max Service there in 9th. Kyle Lingerfeld 10th. Kevin Thompson 11th. Nathan Sylvia 12th. And on to the next page, we have Devin Smith 13th. Tyler Markle 14th. Jacobs, take us through the rest.
We're waiting for it to switch up. Tyler Markle 14th. Okay, sorry about that. Matthew Setzer 15th, Scott R. Williams 16th, Jason Miz 17th, Andrew St. Cour 18th, 19th Joseph Causey, 20th Adam Gardner, 21st James Gilliard, 22nd Andrew Pratt, 23rd Joshua Fox, 24th Eric R. Peck, 25th Doug Solms, and 26th Joshua McClune.
Christian Converse will round out the field there in 27th. And again, it is the season finale here at Kansas Speedway. And an amazing hype from Larry Mack. We have 4 drivers ready to contend for a championship, but we have 27 drivers who still want to go out there and win a race. Here we go. The field of 27 NASCAR Xfinity Series cars as the iRacing.com pace car will find its safety in the pit lane. It is time to go racing from Kansas. We are green.
Side by side on the front stretch, Stutzman and Cardullo as they get down into turn 1. Who will get the lead here? Looks like Stutzman might have it off the corner. We'll have to see if he can get through. Looks like he will get second from Cardullo.
Down the back straightaway, look at the field, work their way. Reese Schaefer trying to make his way early up to the inside there of Jeremiah Stutzman, but you don't want to burn your stuff up on that inside. We'll see how long he can keep his fight down on the inside as Landon Cardullo now gets to his outside.
That stuff, right, like you said, yeah, you don't want to use up your tires. We'll see how long it takes before Reese gets up to the top. Can Cardullo try and make a pass, though, on the outside here? We'll have to watch that one as it unfolds. Like Malenko is going to look and try and get a pass on Reese at some point here, or maybe not. He's looking for it.
Now what he's got to do here is he cannot get, too over aggressive. You cannot put this car in the wall. Once this car gets the wall, it's over. You don't have a fast repair. You got to keep that thing out of the wall.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to wreck it here early on, especially we're only on lap 3. So putting it in the wall right now would definitely devastate one of our championship 4 drivers.
Let's go ahead further back and see what's going on here. Max Service getting passed by Kevin Thompson and Adrian Schumacher here in the thick of the pack. Schumacher's main focus is going to be tire saving, though. We know he usually comes to life on the long run.
Yeah, he's a great long run driver. He loves to save those tires, and that's what gets him up here in second and in the top 5 most of the time. We'll see if he can finally eke out a win, though, saving up those tires.
Do we have a battle for the lead? Let's go back up front. It is Landon Cardullo around the outside of Jeremiah Stutzman to the race lead. V8 of Landon Cardullo.
Something we haven't said a lot this season. Landon leading the lap. What a run he had to pass Jeremiah Stutzman.
And you see him driving away from the field. Now the one thing is, Landon, you do not need to be shredding your tires up this early. Just slow it down a little bit. Think about it being a 205 lap race, not a 5-lap race. But here we go. Cardulo, again, he has 3 top 5s on the season, trying to get his 4th, trying to get a win tonight. And how about that beautiful paint scheme he's got?
That's a nice paint scheme. We won't talk about the roof that much, but it's a great paint scheme. And hopefully, one thing Landon doesn't need to do is spin. That's the one problem he's had so far in the Outlaw Sim Series season. Spinning by himself. That's the one thing you don't want to do.
Let's hope he can keep that paint scheme in one piece as well. Let's take a look at the chat. I know that chat went off during the Larry Mack hype there. Dan Park said, "Let's go, Mal." Jason Miss said, "Good luck, drivers." And then we got a lot of wows and other expressions that I can't repeat, and "oh no ways" and "sick," and that was sweet. That's amazing. That was awesome. Loved all the support from each and every one of you. And again, if you stick with us, man, we're going to try to provide some cool things like that more and more often. Jenna B says, "Let's go, Burger." AA Ron says, "Go, Burger." Chris Newhall says, "Watching from Crestwoods. We got him out for the lead. Reese Schaefer to the inside."
And Schaefer get it. He's still looking for it, and he might try and get it here. We'll have to see what Reese Schaefer is thinking right now.
Jeremiah Stutzman has dropped straight down the running order. That car's not damaged, is it? But Malika right there in third, he's coming up. He wants to come play for the race lead. Chris Newhall said he's watching from Crestwood. He said, "Go Seth, bring home the cup." And Sean Thompson says, "Let's finish it off strong." Kevin Thompson, number 89. Absolutely. So here we go. Working lap 9 here of 2:05. These drivers, man.
I think Jeremiah Stutzman is trying to save fuel from what I'm watching right now. It looks like he's shutting the car off and trying to get some fuel saving strategy going here.
Well, let's hear it. Let's ride on board and let's see this throttle trace from Jeremiah Stutzman. You know, that's kind of how you pick the corner, unless he's doing it.
No,
1 and 2.
it was more than 1 and 2, I believe.
Well,
and he was trying it.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no damage to that 71. I believe it.
I mean, that's what I was hearing. I don't know if he's doing it so much now that we're watching, but
Yeah, he got a little camera shy. He doesn't want to give that strategy away.
right.
But everybody's kind of working into their rhythm here. Malenko trying to see what he can do up to the 8 car of Landon Cardulo. And Landon's going to watch one of the paint schemes he's painted just drive right on by. Wow, what a pass from Malenko. That was a power move.
And like we said, Malenko's strong suit isn't mile and a half, but he's doing really well so far right now through the first 11 laps of this thing.
On board with Greg Holt, who's inserted himself into this mix. The 41-year-old Mainer, he has 7 wins on the season. That is actually outdated, so my apologies. Greg Holt doing a nice job trying to keep himself up in this mix and see what he can do tonight in that number 3.
And Malenko tracked down that number 17. He's close. He just needs to get a little bit faster through these corners, and he'll be able to get around that 17 most likely. But you don't want to use up your stuff already. It's only lap 12, so we'll see how Malenko plays this one out.
Let's see the other championship 4 driver there of Max Service. His 2 wins on the season. Trying to get a 3rd. One of those wins came at a mile and a half. Very similar to this. Right now, Max running in 6th. Seth Berger, the 2nd championship contender. He's there in 5th with his 6 wins on the season. Trying to make that 7 and tie Greg Holt. And Adrian Schumacher down in the 14th position. Trying to get his 5th win on the season. And trying to take a title with that as well.
And you know, the one thing we usually can't say about the Final 4, these drivers are all friends. After the race is over. After the race is over, these guys are all friends. So it's really awesome that 4 drivers in the championship are all friends. They're all in the same chat too.
Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic. I don't think that's gonna interfere with anything on the racetrack, but what happens on the racetrack could interfere with something that happens off the track. At the same time, this group of 4 drivers, how do I say this? They take it very seriously, and then don't take it seriously at the same time.
That is very true.
Ooh, Malk has to get off the throttle big time there, trying to keep it out that wall.
Yeah, he definitely let off the throttle a lot. He's like we both have said, you don't want to hit that wall. That wall will end your race.
See where the battles are here. Fair and Elam. Oh my goodness, all over the back end of Tyler Markle. I think Markle maybe just made the overtake here. Joseph Causey working his way forward on Jason Miz. Jeremiah Stutzman, Adrian Schumacher in this little pack of cars as well. Tyler Markle under attack once again from Theron Elam. This is where the action is, boys. Oh, keep it at the wall, Theron. Oh, in the walls, Matthew Stetzer.
Man, that 20 car, he's running an MLB The Show 21 paint scheme now. That is my favorite game so far, and I love that paint scheme from Theron Elam Jr.
So Theron now under attack from Stutzman. Schumacher kind of watching all of this unfold ahead of him. I mean, what do you do when you're in the thick of a pack like this? I mean, he's focusing on tires for sure, but you don't want to get into an accident as well.
Yeah, I agree. Accidents would hurt even worse.
Get out the wall!
Oh, Markle's in the wall.
Markle in the wall as well.
Don't come down. Don't come down. Don't come down. All right, Jeremiah Stutzman gonna get the pass. I don't know how happy Jeremiah Stutzman would have been there if Markle came down and wrecked him after what we saw at Charlotte last week.
Here we go once again for third. Cardulo and Greg Holt going at it.
Oh, caution is out on the speedway.
Tyler Markle has crashed. Hard on the back straightaway. Well, well, well. Let's see what happened to Tyler Markle.
Wow.
Oh, contact with Theron Elam. We get an early caution here after running 300 miles caution-free last week. And let's ride on board with Theron Elam to see what exactly happened here. Washed all the way up into Markle's lane right there, man.
It looked like he got really tight all the way up the track and then just got into him.
Yeah, not saying that was intentional, but that, I mean, definitely Theron was a little too high there.
Yeah, Theron was a little too high, and it's a racing incident. Things happen. There's still a lot left of racing to go.
Trying to save it.
I don't think there's a lot of damage on that 20 car.
But that was a 2-car incident, and rightfully so, a yellow.
So our first yellow we see today. Will we see any more after this one?
You know what? I don't know, but what this does do is we're gonna get a restart here. We got a few at Kansas in December, but not a lot. I wonder if this is gonna really turn up the action here with a nighttime track. Who knows what happens here?
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what happens, and I think maybe one more caution would be at the end would be interesting to see, and a late race restart wouldn't be a little bit too bad of a thing. I'd love to see it.
Absolutely, the action that would come from it. Here we go. Drivers down the pit lane. Let's see what happens. Drivers in their boxes. Everybody keeping their foots on the gas. They're trying to get the advantage off the out of the box. The race off pit lane. Malenko will beat Cardulo, who barely beats Berger over Holt. By the way, Eric Peck has stayed out.
Oh boy. Was he the only one to stay out?
You know, he was the only one to stay out. I think maybe he just didn't want to, get into traffic on pit lane because you can
Yeah.
get damage in a pack of cars like that.
Yeah, and he does already have damage on the back end.
Absolutely. So, if you're not able to get 2 laps or repairs anyway, might as well, just avoid getting any more damage. Keep yourself in it. Just maybe even get yourself a lap lead here, but, come back down on a quiet pit lane.
Yep, and that is exactly what he's doing here.
So it is Reese Schaefer in the lead. We did not get to talk to him in practice. So Jacob, let's see. Hold on. Let's weigh in the lights here. Nope, we're on one degree. So unless they turn the lights back on that pace car, we won't get a word down with Reese Schaefer. Maybe next yellow. And Schaefer doing a phenomenal job right now, keeping it out in the lead. But I mean, the lead changes we've already had. We've had Stutzman, Cardulo, Schaefer in just 20 laps.
Yeah, there's a lot of lead changes here. This race has been pretty good so far. We're only 22 laps in, but it's been a great race so far. Let's see if we can keep that up here at the end.
Absolutely. We watched the field work their way around the Kansas Speedway. And again, 22 laps in, so a lot of racing to go. Strategies not really compounded way too much here. So as we work our way through turn number 4, the iRacing.com pace car finds the safety in the pit lane, and we are green from Kansas. That pack of cars roaring down the back straightaway. Malca under attack from Greg Holt, and Nathan Sylvia's worked his way up into the top 5.
I was going to say, we see that blue meat card back again here, the top 5. Can he try and snag a win? That would be 3 wins for him to finish off the season.
And already,
and
to bring up the baseball topic again with MLB, the show coming out, that man's batting 500 right now for wins on the season. In 4 starts, he's got 2 wins. So if you can go over that mark, make him a pretty good batter, huh?
Yeah, I didn't think so. He's a really good racer, and I know he can.
Oh, Farron Eliam's crashed.
Cautions out again on the speedway. That's 2 in 25 laps.
So the field is going to work themselves out. Let's get a look at what happened with Theron Eliam Jr. Off of turn number 2. They're going 3 wide. Oh, St. Cour gets Setzer. Setzer gets clipped up the track into Elam, and man, that got wild really quick. Let's get another look at it. It's all the back of the pack as well, but it was about a 4-car accident there at the back.
Yeah, it was, and I don't know why they were 3 wide at only on lap 25. There's still a lot of racing left.
Right there you could see a little bit of netcode there between St. Cour and Setzer as well. We'll have to go back a little bit more here. Let's actually go back to the lap. Let's see. Between St. Cour and Setzer, you saw it there on the back straighter, but I'll slow it down as well. Now, I don't know, why St. Cour was kind of going down the side draft Setzer, but there was netcoded. Oh, Setzer got loose. St. Cour. Oh, that was not what I meant right there. But you saw there was netcoded contact before they never really ever made contact, St. Cour and Setzer. We'll go back.
Yeah, a little bit of netcode contact right there, and brings 4 cars wrecking right there. And
Not a lot of damage either.
Yeah, not a lot of damage. What an insane start to this race. Last week we went caution free. Kansas, 26 laps, 2 cautions.
Oh, a lot of drivers coming in the pit lane from 18th on back. So Doug Solms, Adam Gardner, Scott Williams, Tyler Markle, Andrew St. Core, Matthew Setzer, James Gilliard, Theron Elam, Eric Peck all pit under this caution. And just one more time looking at how this wreck unfolds. Gilliard, oh, big contact with the wall there for Gilliard. And St. Core and Setzer, that's the first time they actually make contact right there. Wow, wow, wow. So, now we have a chance to talk to our race leader, Reese Schaefer. And Jacob, I'll let you talk to him since he is your good old buddy, old pal.
My boy.
Yep. Go ahead, Jacob.
Reese Schaefer.
Yo.
How you feeling about the car right now, man?
Super tight, out of 2, and feel like you're not going anywhere in 3 and 4, but I'm P1.
Yeah, you are P1. The championship 4 behind you. How do you feel about that number 7 car? That 7 car looked pretty fast. Do you think you can hold them off if you guys were to get to the end here, 1 and 2?
I mean, this track's all about track position, right? We saw earlier this year, even though they changed up the, track package and you can run the bottom a little bit longer. I mean, it's still, if you're holding the top, it's so hard to pass. The dirty air, it's just, you can't get around people. If you go to the bottom, just so much slower. So it's all about track position. Just try to nail these restarts and hope for the best. So.
One more question, and then we'll get you back to your car here for the restart. What would it mean to you to snag a win from one of these playoff drivers?
That'd be pretty awesome to go out the year with a win, and hopefully we just gotta keep it clean. If I get passed or something happens here, I just gotta stay up near the front, keep it clean, and you never know, some late race cautions and some good pit stops can really change the race. So we'll see what happens.
Reese Schaefer, we will see how it plays out here at Kansas. Best of luck to you, and hopefully looks like there's another lap, so I guess we got another lap to ask a couple more questions, I guess. Emerson, if you got anything to ask, I'll go ahead and let you roll it.
Sure, yeah. Talk about, that initial start there, out there in front with Stutzman to get past Cardullo as well. Already a lot of lead changes early. Do you think that kind of dynamic can continue on here at Kansas? Do you think it'll be a very competitive out in the front with how close Malenko and Lena were up there? Or do you think if we get into a green flag run here, that's kind of it?
We'll probably get to a green flag run, but I definitely still think it's going to be really competitive. I mean, Max was talking about it earlier. Everyone's really focused and just trying their best. And I mean, there's also the fuel strategy. That's why Stutzman backed off, because if this thing went green the whole way, all he has to do is save a couple laps every fuel run, and he could save a whole pit stop. So we'll have to see what it is now. I mean, honestly, I have no idea what the fuel run right now. I'm just gonna try to keep holding my position, hope for the best. So.
Fair enough. Now y'all are on the 1 to green. You got about over half a lap under the pace behind the pace car here, but we'll let you get back to it, get back in that mindset to continue to lead this race, Reese. Great job getting out to the front, and best luck to you, driver.
All right, yeah, appreciate it. See you guys.
Driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer, and again, his 2 wins on the season are at mile and a halves. This is a very favorable combination for Reese.
Yeah, it is. Reese Schaefer really does love these mile and a halves. He's told me a lot of times that the mile and a halves are his thing. We'll see if he can get it done here at Kansas.
Take a look at the chat real quick. Cody Vreeland in the house saying, woo, Malenko. Malenko was sleeping. And Mark Berger says, number 77, go Seth. As the iRacing.com pace car finds its safety into the pit lane, we are once again green from Kansas. Nearly 3 wide down the back straightaway there. Greg Holt fought better of it, and it is Malenko trying to keep his momentum on the inside. Don't look too soon. Seth Berger, Berger Nation, he's moving his way forward. Nathan Sylvia's now worked his way past Malenko as well, and now we got the championship competitors nose to tail. Max
Oh,
Service
boy.
entering the mix as well.
Still a lot of racing left. Reese Schaefer really taking it to the front here, but those final 4 drivers, they are neck and neck. Who will get the championship? Everybody's eager for that championship, that's for sure. These 4 drivers want it, and they want it bad.
Reese Schaefer just at the fastest lap of the race right there with a 31:27. Malenko just ran a 31:74. Something to miss on that 7 car. Nearly half a second off of the race leader. Him being in the top 5 still, though, is quite interesting. I think Nathan just should be scored right ahead of him there. No, actually, Nathan's going back. Huh.
Looks like Sylvia's dropping back just
Yeah.
a little bit.
And now moving around the outside, looks like Malcolm maybe just needed to get, you know, his tires back under, because he just ran his personal fastest lap of the race that last lap, along with Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher. All 3 of them ran their fastest laps of the race right there. There's the laps vehicle right there. James Gilliard getting lapped by Cardullo and Holt. Anyway, Cardullo and Holt doing a nice little job here. Oh, Gilliard right there. Oh, man.
Keep it clean. Don't wreck any of the drivers up here.
I don't think he's going to wreck anyone, but just the placement at F33 is a little awkward. And, you know, he's going to be working his way backwards here. Jeremiah Stetson, we saw he had pace in qualifying. Back up to 7th after taking some laps off, trying to save some fuel. I think he's back on attack mode. Jason Miz getting in the 8th.
Oh, wow. Jason Miz is doing really well so far in this one. What a run he's had so far.
Working his way past James Gilliard here. Greg Holt still cranking it on that inside line. Let's ride on board with Greg Holt and see what we can do. See from Greg ripping on the inside. He's really committed to that bottom lane as he goes up high this line. (187 miles per hour at the ends of these straightaways. Pretty fast for the Xfinity cars. Pretty
Yeah,
fast.
blazing.
Getting some plate track speeds there.
Stutzman is really reeling in these drivers. Sorry to cut you off
Oh,
there.
you're good.
Stutzman really reeling in Sylvia now.
Here we go. Jeremiah Stutzman. He's gonna keep it. This is important here. He's keeping it there on the banking. That'll kind of help with tire wear. That'll also get him a better arc for turn 1, keeping it on the banking there. But Nathan gets that shortcut advantage, but that wears out the tires a little bit, and he has to take a little bit of a sharper line at the 1. So all these little things can play a big factor on the way this race plays out, just like that, and the difference between 6th and 7th place in their lines.
And we are only 37 laps into this thing, which is pretty short so far. We've already had 2 cautions, which is insane to think about.
Greg Holt under heavy attack from Malenko. Malenko looking to power around the outside. Whoa! Greg Holt slides up a little bit there. Thought he was clear. Malenko did not actually get the run we expected him to get off the corner, but he'll stay there in 4th. Keep it out the wall there, Mal. Keep it out the wall.
Look at how close he gets to that wall, though.
We'll see the 7 car's right side is still clean. That's still clean.
Yeah, Malenko has not hit the wall yet, and he's doing really well so far.
I'm gonna stop you right
Especially
there before
at
you
about
jinx him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, I don't have the jinx, you do.
Hey, man, but that doesn't mean it can't start.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it can't start now. I hope not.
Seth Berger closing in on Malenko as well. We'll see these boys get to battle here potentially if Greg Holt can hold station in 3rd.
Right now, this number 7 car is putting on a great show so far. If he can keep it this way and win a championship, how ecstatic would he be?
Man, you know, he was riding himself off a lot in this race. We'll see these boys get to battling in a moment. It looks like it. Let's check in right here in this pack back here. Gilliard getting lapped, but there's Causey ahead of Thompson, ahead of Andrew Pratt. A little bit of pack here. This could be interesting. And how about Andrew Pratt? We saw him do good in practice. He's got some race pace here. Does he have the opportunity to move his way forward as he works his way on to Kevin Thompson? Whoa!
That was close, McLuhan and Scott.
Scott
That was
Williams there, yeah. Still running the incorrect car number. Figured that might have been worked out this week, but it's not. Whoa! Almost more contact down the straightaway.
They're getting really racy back here, and guys, it's only lap 41. You can't win the race on lap 41, guys.
Here we go once again, Greg Holt trying to fend off championship contenders Malenko and Seth Berger. Oh my goodness! Look at this run Malenko gets. He wants to take it to the inside, but you're not going to compete the pass. He's going to go for it. He thinks he can do it. He's gonna slide up. You're gonna complete. No! That got close.
That was a
That's
little
gonna
rocky.
cost them
That's
the
gonna cost them some
championship
time.
lead. That's the championship lead right there, changing hands. The Seth Berger's hands. That was. Oh man, that was questionable. He already knows you can't really complete that move, but he tried. He did have a good run.
Almost hit the wall there.
We'll see here now. Can Malenko get back to Seth? This is probably going to have to be his strategizing way around Seth. Unless Seth maybe tries the same thing when he gets the Holt and then it happens again. We'll have to see how this plays out. But that was a change in the championship lead right there.
Like I said, Seth Berger was my chance to win, but Malenko's looking pretty fast too. These two guys I picked to win, and now they're 1 and 2 so far in the championship battle. Malenko had to let off a lot there to not hit the wall.
Yeah, Malenko, I think, is pushing a little hard here. He's got to keep those tires under him as well. So working our way around. Seth Berger now the point leader. The championship leader, if you will. Working lap 45 of 205. Championship leader is right now in 4th, though. Race leader, Reese Schaefer. He's got an 8/10 of a second advantage over Landon Cardulo. Greg Holt, Seth Berger, Malenko, the top 5. Nathan Sylvia there in 6th, and Jeremiah Stutzman in 7th after the heartbreak last week. He easily could have been in this round and have a lot of pace to show for it. How about Adrian Schumacher there in 8th? Max Service 9th, and Kevin Thompson, a pleasant addition to the top 10.
These championship 4 drivers are running really well so far here, and see how they can continue this throughout the rest of this race. But it's been a great race so far, and hopefully, like I said, this action continues. And oh, Malenko gets into the wall. Malenko into the wall hard.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That could be it, man. Once your car gets damaged on that right hand side, that could do it. Let's go ahead and see what had happened. This is Malenko just trying to keep with Seth and just kind of catches the seam wrong. Man, that's very tough to live with.
If that ends up costing him a championship, man, he will not be happy.
Oh, and the only person he really has to blame is himself. Well, the dirty air, but so I'm just trying to keep pace there. The tires have worn out there. Ah, man. I've been in that spot. I know how it feels, man. It's difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's not gonna be his brightest of days if that ends up costing him the championship win.
Let's see if we can get a look at that right side. Somebody else catches the wall. Was that Seth catching the wall? Hold up. Let's go right here. Might have missed it. Let's go back live and then go back the lap and watch, because I think Seth might have just caught the wall there. I'm trying to rip that outside. You know, Greg Holt keeping it steady down low off of turn 2. No, not really either of them. Huh, I don't know where the sparks came from then. Let's see if we can get us the shot here of Malenko's right side, but he's falling back here to Adrian Schumacher. Can't tell there, but it doesn't look too damaged. Let's flip it back here off of turn number 1. I mean, there's a little bit of damage, but it doesn't look terrible. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but any bit of damage
I know.
hurts the car a lot.
Yeah, I did a league race in these cars. I know how that feels, but
Yeah, I don't like these cars, and I know any bit of damage in these cars will cost you.
so we'll have to see how he holds on. I think if he gets a yellow, he might still have a chance. But if this goes green, it's not going to be easy. Adrian Schumacher trying to make his pass up to second in the championship. Oh my goodness, the defense Malenko was putting there in the turn 1.
Yeah, what a defense there from Malenko. What a way to keep Adrian behind you and not lose any more spots. If he can keep on doing that, and like you said, if he can get a caution, Malenko may still be in this thing.
Yeah, he's gonna have to play it out. I hope it works out in his favor. Let's see here. Something amiss. Second. Apologies here. And get back with the action here.
Ooh, what a defense by Malenko again, keeping Adrian Schumacher behind him.
I think we are okay. So, apologies for the technical difficulties. We should be right back on this gravy train. Right back to the action here. Adrian Schumacher did work his way past the 7 of Malenko, but Malenko keeping station right there. And you know what? He's not lost a lot of time to Seth. He's lost 2/10 over the last, like, 5 laps. And that was him losing the spot to Adrian as well. So I don't know if that 7's too terribly hurt.
It might not be. He might have to come in, maybe try and get a little bit of damage fixed, but we'll see how this 7 plays out, and we'll see if he still has a shot by the end of this thing to win it.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at the chat once again. Bomb Squad Ryan out in the Twitch chat says, is that V Malenko? It is V Malenko. He was out in the front of this championship battle right now, trying to hold on to the 3rd position in that championship battle and hold on to what he's got back here in 7th after getting into the wall a few laps ago, battling it out with driver of the number 77, Seth Berger, as Max Service now looks to make his move around Malenko. I think Malenko might have also just given up on the outside. I think it's really coming into that inside lane there. Dennis Montez says, let's do it, number 77, end it with a bang. And what would it be for Seth Berger, who's cleared his way ahead of Greg Holt? I want to see how that overtake happened. Let's see if we can find it here. And here it was back on lap 51. So it was a little bit ago. And just around the outside. Just power moved. And got himself up into the 3rd position in the race. Well, you know, more importantly, another car in between him and the rest of his championship competition.
What a run he's had so far. He was sitting in the back early. Now he's in 3rd with the championship lead. What it would mean for him and all of the Burger Nation fans to win a championship. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering how that house would be, how loud that house would get if Seth Berger wins the championship tonight.
Absolutely. I think he's going to have to report back to us back on Saturday. Probably the next time we'll hear from him as well.
I think the cops might get called there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We had a comment out in the chat from Chris Dixon shouting out Matthew Setzer. Matthew Setzer He's hanging in here, got involved into an accident early, but he's hanging there in the 23rd position. That rear end actually has a lot of damage to it. Doug Solms has just made an overtake on Kyle Lingerfeld for 21st. So how about it? And Miz and Kazi are going at it hard here in the turns 1 and 2. Kazi gets the apron. Miz could have the power right back around. 3 wide down the back straighter, and Marco says, move out the way. I want a 2-for-1 special. Kazi's going to slide up in front of Miz, and Marco's going to try to take both of the Max Services into pit lane. Here we go. One of the championship contenders in the pit lane, Max Service. Well, Malenko stays out there. I think Malenko's going to follow suit very quickly here, but Max Service, I think he's trying to put this race into fourths. As Max Service comes to a stop there. Well, actually, I think he's ran 40 laps here, trying to see what happens. Right sides go up. It should be 4-tire stop anyway. And Miz has crashed.
Uh-oh. It looks like Malenko's going to head in the pit lane. Will there be a caution, though? Oh, it looks like they're not. Miz has gotten off the track.
Let's see what happened to Jason Miz. Back here, he catches the wall and... Okay, he just parks off the track.
What a hard lick at the end for Miz.
That will not be an incident or a caution, but Malenko in the pit lane. Is he taking optional repairs here?
He took a hard hit.
Taking tires there. He just stopped for... How long has Malenko been in that box? That was a 15.6 second stop, so he did not take any repairs as well. That was an awkward stop as race leader Reese Schaefer and Landon Cardullo have hit the pit lane. They're both parking in the boxes there. Seth Berger stays out in the race lead now. Oh, Greg Holt. Oh, that Greg Holt pitting. I got a little confused there. I thought that was 1 and 2. There's Greg Holt coming down the pit lane. That Twisted T number 3. Adrian Schumacher up to 3rd.
Oh boy, this is your guy.
You know what? I was wondering to see how Schumacher would play this long run here. Now they're staying out. We'll see how it plays out.
He looks like he's got pretty good tires. I don't know. I mean, he's getting to Sylvia pretty quick.
And we mentioned this earlier. He, I think, out of the championship 4, that guy is the king of tire saving.
Yeah, I think so. He knows how to save tires, and we'll see how he gets it through here. But those tires definitely look good after, what, 64 laps of racing.
So let's see here. Max Service is working his way through turn 2 right now. Malenko through turn 2 right there.
Sylvia almost into... Oh, he did get
in
into the wall. Sylvia in the wall out of 4.
Schumacher to the inside as race leader Seth Berger pits. Adrian Schumacher will take over the lead of this race and the championship lead in one go.
I thought Sylvia might have had to hold him up, but he hit the wall out of 4 there.
Now, there is no bonus points for leading laps for the championship 4. They don't get bonus points tonight. It is whoever is ahead of the other 3 at the checkered flag. Everybody else, they get bonus points.
It looks like Sylvia and Schumacher are going to go down pit road here.
Here we go.
Oh, Sylvia. Oh, that was pretty quick for Sylvia there.
Staying out is Jeremiah Stutzman, Scott Williams, and Tyler Markle. Devin Smith, Kyle Lingerfeld is coming down the pit lane right now. So top 4 have still yet to pit. Jeremiah Stutzman, the most recent of those. So take a look at this. Seth Berger is in turn 3 right now as Malenko is at the exit of turn 4. Now Seth's going to have fresher tires and a cleaner car. As race leader Jeremiah Stutzman pits, he gives the lead over to Scott Williams.
Oh, 3 wide in the middle. Wow.
Malenko working around the outside of Matthew Setzer as well. Greg Holt behind Malenko as well. Tyler Markle also has yet to pit there in a race off the pit lane with Schumacher and Sylvia. That was tight. They come out behind Seth Berger as James Gillier catches the wall. Lag there. Jeremiah Stutzman leaves the pit box. Scott Williams continues to lead here at Kansas.
Max Service with the championship lead right now, but that 7 car is charging.
Oh! Well, this will be interesting, yeah. We'll have to see where the crossover point is, but Max Service, again, I forgot about that. The undercut got him the championship lead. So
For
now,
the moment.
yeah, at the moment, but that means already through 68 laps, all 4 drivers have led the title hunt today.
Yes, it does. Now, which one will win the title hunt is going to be the interesting question.
Let's see here. I mean, Scott Williams as well. You know, Tyler Marco, they're just hoping for a caution at this point. There's no other real strategy these two are trying to pull off here. So, what if they get that yellow? That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that would be. That would put a lot of cars a lap down right now. That would put Seth Berger, Adrian
I think
Schumacher,
Scott Williams
Nathan...
is coming. Here comes the 1. Or I'm sorry, the 64, but has a 1 slapped on that car. Tyler Marco coming in as well.
Well, now that diminishes all plans, but if you think about it, that would have put Seth Berger, Adrian Schumacher, Nathan Sylvia, and all those guys behind him a lap down.
That would have been difficult. Now they easily would have gotten their lap back with the wave around, but you know the other drivers on the lead lap could pit for fresh tires.
Yeah, and they could pit for fuel, which the other two wouldn't be able to.
Absolutely. Reese Schaefer reclaims the race lead over Landon Cardulo. Max Service holds the championship lead in the 3rd position. Malenko in 4th. Greg Holt 5th. Seth Berger in 6th. 3rd in the championship. Adrian Schumacher 7th. The 4th driver in the championship under heavy attack from Nathan Sylvia. Taking a look at the chat. Chris Newhall says, I know Papa Burger house would be loud. William Stark says, come on, Seth, bring it home. Goku Guy 92 says, you got it. 70. You got this, number 77. And Mark Berger says, 77, run your race. Absolutely. Right now, Seth Berger, he has the 3rd freshest tires of the championship Ford. So he can make his way forward. It'll be interesting to see. Did these boys have a fast repair? I don't think so.
They shouldn't have. It's 1.5 miles.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because Malco, maybe that right side damage isn't affecting Malco, because he only took a 15-second pit stop. So, you know, that's a 4-tire stop. Maybe he had like half a second of optional maybe he took or something. I don't know. But
I can go into the and see. I can go ask Adam.
Well, you
Garner.
can also just look at the info tab.
That too.
You know, Malco's really catching Max.
Yeah, 0 fast repair limit. No fast repairs tonight, but so yeah.
So this is Malenko with a hurt race car catching Max Service for the championship. He's not done, boys. He's still in it.
It doesn't look like that right side was damaged that much.
Yeah, just a little bit on the right rear, which is weird because he hit the right front, but we'll leave that alone. But, yeah, this championship race isn't over for the 7 of Malenko. Not at all.
But now you do have to think, Max did, well, I mean, they both, Max pitted 1 lap before
Max
Malenko.
pitted 1 lap before Mal. So the tires are very similar to those two. Granted, now it comes down to which strategy is going to prevail. Is it Seth and Adrian's, who stayed out, you know, 1 lap between one of those themselves, or is it Max and Mal, who stayed out 1 lap between themselves?
This is interesting.
Or does either strategy prevail?
Yeah, these strategy calls are gonna be interesting because you got the two guys who like to short pit, and then the 2 guys who like to stretch it out. Oh, Greg Holt's coming! Oh, all over the back bumper of that 7 car.
You're right on board with Malenko, looking back at the 7-time race winner, Greg Holt. That is a strong number 3 car after winning last week.
It looked like, I don't know if that was just me. I mean, it looked like he had a little damage on the nose.
Greg Holt?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that hood. That hood is, you know, bent up a little bit on that right side. Gonna run on Malenko here.
It doesn't seem to affect him that much.
This could be attempted overtake. The one. Don't believe so. Max is.
Oh, man, all over the back bumper still.
Mal's gotten preoccupied with Greg Holtville, which has allowed Max Service to open up a gap. You know what? The damage could affect Malenko in this sense as well.
He's literally pushing him through. Sorry to cut you off. He's literally pushing him through the corner.
I was gonna say, I think Malenko, if Malenko does, have that damage affecting him, it could affect his tire wear. Having to really crank the wheel to make the corner, or slow down to make the corners.
Yeah, really, it would be affecting tire wear. Yeah, you're right.
So it'll be interesting to see as Max Service leads this championship, but this battle for the
My lord,
position.
literally bump drafting him. He almost put him in the wall. That is not a way you want to be racing these championship 4 drivers. I know you're a 7-time champion.
What happened to Greg Holt? Did he get the wall? Let's see. He pushed Malenko into the corner, and was that all she? Oh, he ate wall.
He ate wall.
Oh
He
my
literally
goodness,
ate wall.
that was a lot of safer barrier.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Malenko is happy about that one. 'Cause he
He's
was
happy to get a
literally
break.
all over him.
Oh, Seth Berger has made the overtake on Greg Holt. As Berger Nation, he could be on his way to the championship lead in a little bit.
Wow. Greg Holt was... Wow. That was... I don't have anything to say there. I have no words.
That could have taken him out of this race. That was a lot. Look,
Exactly.
Nathan Sylvia's coming by here for 7th.
That
For
could
6th, I'm sorry.
wrecked a championship for a driver.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everybody's kind of running up against the wall. That's kind of the risk you take as well. And Malenko was blocking very hard also in Holt's defense.
Yeah, true. I get that.
But it was just very, very tight racing amongst the two. That was close.
So that was fun to watch, though. That was awesome to see.
Let's see the chat. Donovan Craddock says, let's go 77. Kerry Young says his uncle's house would be shaking to bring it home, Seth. And Mark Berger, he did not like the move Holt did, to say the least. Here we go. Here comes Seth on Malenko for 2nd in the championship, 4th in the race. And Seth Berger will clear around the outside on Malenko. I think that damage may not hurt Malenko's speed, but it's hurt his tires. I think he has to really back off the corners to make these corners.
Yeah, he is really going to have to. Burger Nation, rise one more time, like it says on the back of that number 77 machine. This is the last time we'll call Burger Nation for this season, and what it would be for this 77 to win it and be a newcomer to the series and win a championship.
Well, newcomer to the series. I mean, technically, everybody's kind of the newcomer.
But newcomer to iRacing.
I was gonna say newcomer to iRacing because Seth Berger, he's the only driver in the championship for going for his 2nd title in the Outlaws series of leagues. He won back on a console back in season 5 in the Cup series. So he's technically going for his 2nd championship with these boys. But on iRacing, I mean, it's a whole different animal. Look at his run. He's getting on Max Service. We're riding on board with Max Service, by the way. Watching how Seth Berger is closing up on this 81 on, severely older tires. Let's take a look at how long their stints have been. Seth Berger has 5-lap fresher tires than Max Service. So I don't know if maybe Malenko's pace is dropping off because of the damage at this point. It could also just be 24-lap old tires.
Yeah,
But
it could be.
Seth Berger is going to power around the outside and reclaim the lead of the championship battle. Seth Berger moves into 3rd in this race.
Man, I told you, Emerson. I told you he's going to be fast. Doesn't matter if the track changes or not. This 77 car will find a way to win this championship.
It has definitely seemed so. Mark Berger says, Holt back off. Daniel Parks says, "Come on, Mal, take the championship and Burger Nation rise." That's what Mark Berger said. A lot of hype in the chat. And again, love all the support each and every one you bring out to the Outlaw Sim Series once again as Seth Berger on his own run. Let's go ahead and check in on the actual race leader for a moment. And Reese Schaefer, I mean, he is absolutely driven away. He is 2.7 seconds over Landon Cardullo.
What a run it's been for him, and yeah, I just wanted to get my last thing out there before we went to Reese Schaefer. We love the fans, Burger Nation, and everyone who comes out here and watches the Outlaw Sim Series. It's been a great season, and hopefully you guys will be back for Season 2, and will stick with us next season.
Yep, big things coming on the horizon. Nothing set in stone yet, but looks very bright in the future. Here comes the battle for third in the championship, Schumacher and Malenko.
I think, like you said, that damage is really killing the tires for the number 7.
Greg Holt has entered the pit lane, though, and already left as well. So, I wonder how far back the strategy is going to go, again, with these guys having 8 sets of tires.
Oh, that's a lot of sets of tires. I wish I had that many sets of tires.
See, Doug Solms getting lapped here. Doug Solms getting lapped. He's down in the 19th position. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of through the field, shall we, and see what we got kind of lined up here with these boys. And let's go to race leader Reese Schaefer, who's just put a lap there on James Gilliard. And Reese Schaefer, man, what a run it's been for him today. Again, trying to go for his 3rd win on the season, Reese Schaefer is, and 3rd win at a mile and a half, and with a 2.8 second advantage. Reese Schaefer looks like he's in the gap 32 for that.
Reese Schaefer's had a good run so far. Hopefully he can keep it that way. Like I said before, he's a mile-and-a-half racer, and seeing him up front is not really a surprise to me. But great run, and hopefully he can keep it, like I said, keep it up front, and maybe steal a win from one of the playoff drivers. Or championship floor, should I say. I keep saying playoff drivers.
We go to second place driver Landon Cardullo in that 8 car, and Landon holding his own there, and look at that beautiful scheme once again. Shout out to who is on that car.
It's Annabelle.
Annabelle.
I know Annabelle. I don't know her last name, but
but just shouting them out.
shout out to her.
That's a lot of screen time.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of screen time tonight.
Really, second place run for Landon Cardullo right now. He's got some pace out there, and seeing him keep it is going to be the main thing now. Can he hold on to it, the strategy? Coming up to about halfway in this race, you've got to keep that 8 car intact.
And not do the Landon self-spin special.
Oh, here we go.
I had to say it, man.
Yep. But, yeah, Landon Cardullo having a nice run. And, again, the second, non-playoff driver in the field. As there was actually a passer position. Adrian Schumacher has just passed right on by Max Service right there. So move Adrian Schumacher up to second in the championship hunt. And does he have anything for Seth Berger? While we're at it, let's talk about Seth Berger in that number 77. And look at Seth right now in 3rd, about the entire length of the back straightaway behind Reese Schaefer. But Seth Berger doing what he's got to do right now with a hard-charging Adrian Schumacher, who's closing big time on Nathan Sylvia. You know what? This may not be all Seth's to lock up just yet. Adrian Schumacher's coming.
Adrian Schumacher's a good tire saver, and we'll have to see how he can get through, but he's really fast right now, and I think it's going to be, if Malenko and Max Service can't get anything going for them, I think it'll be between these two, Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher.
It'll be interesting to watch now to see if Adrian Schumacher, he's got the run on Nathan Sylvia. Here he goes for the 4th position in the race. Sylvia, I think he's going to get the wall. Schumacher clears the 4th, and he's got his eyes set on Seth Berger. And again, What did Larry McReynolds say? You don't have to win the race. You just got to beat the other 3. Adrian Schumacher, I don't think he's got race-winning pace, but I think he's got the pace to beat Seth Berger at the moment.
It looks like he does, and it would be a surprise to, I think, most everyone that if Adrian Schumacher wins, he was at the start of the season, he was more of a road course racer, and now he's kind of transitioned into an oval racer. He's been practicing and doing a lot of things like that, and to be in the Final Four after, like you said earlier, finishing 26 at Talladega was something that was unforeseeable, but now he's second place right behind Seth Berger. All he has to do, like Larry McReynolds said, is beat the other competition.
Last lap, he ran a 32.95. Last lap Seth Berger ran was a 33.12. He is faster than Seth Berger right now. We'll let the lap cycle through once again before we leave these two alone. Seth Berger's last lap, 33.22. Adrian Schumacher's last lap, 33.03. Still running faster. Boys, that one's not over. How about it? Let's move on to fifth place driver Nathan Sylvia. And again, batting 500 right now. He's about to fall under, or if he gets his pace going here, go over 500 here. At the moment, he's going to fall under, but 2 wins and 4 starts, still a remarkable feat for Nathan Sylvia. Continuing to hold his own up here in the 5th position. Will he get any sort of strategy, I guess, payoff on the long run here? If this 9 car, you know, he's going to keep this 9 car out of the wall as well. He's caught that wall a lot. But to keep this 9 car up here, nice little top 5 run for him. I think that would also do some wonders if, you know, momentum for whatever he makes his next start. Oh, there's a blink out there for Nathan Sylvia. But looks like he'll hold on to that 9 car for now. How about 6th place driver Max Service and 3rd place driver in the championship? Max Service right now really trying to see what he can do on these old tires now, oldest tires of the championship 4. And Max Service still holding on to 6th. You know, oh, race leaders are in. Reese Schaefer and Landon Cardullo are in the pit lane. So, here we go. The battle for the race lead at the moment is the battle for the championship. Seth Berger leads Adrian Schumacher, and that's the battle for the lead.
Adrian Schumacher is not far from Seth Berger. Like you said, Schumacher still has a chance in this thing. There's still a lot of laps to go, though.
Max Service and Malika both pit. So it'll be interesting to see where they cycle out. Malika was 2 seconds back of Max Service, but that time he follows Max into the pit lane. Does Adrian try to make this move before pit stops, or does he maybe try to short pit Seth? Or what do you think happens here? What do you do if you're Adrian?
If you're Adrian, I would try and short pit Seth, but maybe you just try and go in with Seth, actually. Maybe you get the same tires as him, and then hope that he uses his tires before you do. Which doesn't seem to a problem to be Adrian Schumacher, because Adrian Schumacher knows how to save tires.
Also in the pit lane, Kevin Thompson and Joshua McClune. We wait the top 2 to pit. Nose to tail. We're coming up to halfway here at the end of next lap. We'll be halfway in this race. And, you know, 2 cautions already on the day. Adam Gardner in the pit lane now as well. But these drivers continue to hold their own. Schumacher now, he gets a sniff of that outside. Seth goes back up to block. Reese Schaefer's coming by on fresh tires. Here he comes. Where do you go if you're Reese? 2 championship contenders fighting for the race lead.
Oh man, he's gonna go stick to the bottom.
Yep. You know, on the fresh tires, you can do that. These old tires, they kind of need all the forgiveness they can get right now.
They really do, and these guys are trying to get these tires to the end. They're trying to use up these tires as much as they can before they have to get new ones.
Adrian Schumacher continues to tail Seth Berger. This, the battle for the race lead and the battle for the championship. Trying to get this to play out into their favor. Joseph Causey pits in the 6th position. Oh, Seth pitting here.
Oh man.
What? And Adrian, could he try to follow suit? He's not going to be able to. Adrian's going to stay out another lap, but you know what? He stayed out another lap last time and he caught up to Seth.
Yeah, he did.
We'll try to see.
I want to see if he does it again.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a long way how this plays out. And we'll see where does Seth come out in relation to Service and Malenko. Wait, oh, is that Cardullo on the wall? Back here, here's the battle between Max and Mal.
He almost got it, though. That was really close.
Mal was 2 seconds behind Max Service entering the pit lane. And now he's right there in the back bumper. Kyle Lingerfeld has jumped to the pit lane. So something to miss for Kyle Lingerfeld. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Was that from the accident earlier? Ooh, that 65 got how much front end damage from. But Malenko has regained the lead of the championship, and there goes Seth Berger on the inside. Well, I assume the lead of the championship. We still wait to see where does Adrian Schumacher come out, because he's on the pit lane now. Adrian Schumacher, he's down and away. Here comes Malenko. And again, all 4 of these drivers have now led the championship twice.
Man, what a championship battle.
Yeah, there we go. What a battle. Sorry, go for it, Jacob.
I was just saying, what a battle it has been between these 4 drivers. This race has been awesome to watch. These drivers putting on a really good show, and it's going to be whoever wins the championship earned it. We can say that at the end of this thing.
Absolutely. These are battles tooth and nail with one another. The strategies, really being eked out. They're going right here by race leader Jeremiah Stutzman. And both of them work their way right on by. Now, Mal's got to really worry about the tires here. I mean, unless he thinks the strategy is going to eke him out as the race leader at the end of this race. But I can't think Mal can keep doing what he does in the long run and really shred his right front.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to have to be conservative like Adrian if he wants to try and win this thing.
I think it's also important to note how many laps they pit from one another. Malenko pitted on lap 109, Seth 104. So just like last time, 5-lap difference. So it looks like this strategy is pretty set in stone. Does the short pit of 5 laps win the title, or does staying out long win the title? We'll have to find out at this point, 95 laps from now. Mark Berger says, LWI in the house big time. Go number 77. Right now, Malenko leads the championship. Tyler Markle pits, leaving the race lead back up to Jeremiah Stutzman. He will now get passed by all 4 championship contenders to get their laps back, and I think Stutzman's coming this time.
That's what it's looking like here. Yep, Stutzman will be pitting this time.
This should hand the race lead off to Scott Williams in the 64. Once again, some more laps led for Scott Williams.
Yeah, he's leading some laps out there. I mean, I know it's just like a couple laps, but I mean, he's still getting some laps led out there.
Well, the 57-year-old from Tennessee already has 1 top 10 on the season, trying to get himself a 2nd. His top 10 this season, North Wilkesboro, a 7th place finish. Reese Schaefer, when it all settles out, will have a 4.5 second advantage over Landon Cardullo as the race leader. And oh my goodness, wait till you hear this gap between race leader Reese Schaefer when it all cycles out and should cycle out to third place Malenko.
Oh man.
15 seconds.
Oh wow. That is a gap.
They are gone.
Yeah, they are, and we'll have to see if Landon Cardullo has any speed to catch that number 17 machine.
As Malenko used up his stuff, I think Max Service is coming right back as race leader Scott Williams pits. Reese Schaefer takes over the lead of this race once again. And this is a battle for the championship. Malenko and Max Service duking it out once again around the high banks of Kansas Speedway.
You know, I'm not going to lie. Seeing Reese Schaefer in the lead makes me kind of happy. I like the way this racing is going because that means all the Championship 4 drivers have to battle it out for position and not for a win.
You know, that again, I've always wondered, you know, how it would look. I mean, I know we've had it in the past, you know, where the champion would do burnouts on the front straightaway with the race winner. That was also, you know, on the old chase format. In this elimination style format, where it's been the Championship 4, we have not seen, you know, a non-Championship 4 driver win that final race in real life.
Yeah, in real life, it's mostly that once you get to the final 4, I think. Oh, Max looking to take the lead for the championship. Can he get it? Malenko powering on the outside. Service not going to be able to clear him.
What a move from Malenko to hold on to that lead. Don't look too soon, though. Seth Berger, less than 2 seconds back.
Into the wall again.
No! That one might hurt.
That's going to hurt.
That one was big.
Oh, man. That number 7 can't keep it out of the wall, and that'll cost him big time.
That could be the season, man. Let's see how this right side damage looks. Let me get a good shot of it. I'll have to wait till they come around on the front straightaway, but Seth Berger only a second back and quickly closing. Let's see this right side. It still doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad at all.
If that is true, man, Malenko is getting hugely saved by some iRacing luck. Matthew Setzer has missed his box and towed back by about a quarter of a box. So Malenko up in 4th position. Reese Schaefer still leads, but Max Service is your championship leader.
You know, we haven't really said his name too much. He hasn't really been a factor right now, but Service up front, can he get a championship win? I'm pretty sure he would be ecstatic because I don't even think he thinks he can win the championship here.
I want to keep saying this. Oh, here we go. The battle for second. Seth Berger and Malenko down the back straightaway. Seth Berger has 5 lap fresher tires. He's going to blow right on by the 7.
That 77 is so fast.
He's 6/10 behind Max Service right now. And again, this battle for the championship lead is about to change in about 3 times, or between 3 drivers in 10 laps.
I think these drivers are putting on a show in the Championship 4, and that's what I like to see.
Absolutely. It's not a dull moment. We thought these drivers would be far spread apart from one another like they were at Kansas. You know, they're still, you know, the strategy really, you know, playing out here with the 5-lap different tires between Mal and Max and Seth, and 6 laps between Adrian. Absolutely crazy here, but here we go. Max Service, Seth Berger.
Attacking that 81 out of 2. Wow, makes it look easy. Oh, yeah, makes it look easy. Wow.
There's a new championship leader, driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. Can we get lead changes just in the championship battle? I think we're up to like 10 or 11.
Oh my lord, yeah.
we're getting like the 12. There's more lead changes for the championship than the race lead.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the race leaders that much. They've pulled away, and it's just been the championship, like, 4 back here.
In the race leaders' defense, they're 14 or I guess in my defense, they're 14 and a half seconds up the road, and they're spread out by 5 seconds. So.
And then it's just these guys back here.
Reese Schaefer in some heavy lap traffic, though. Look at this pack. Working his way past
He's in
Andrew
a
Pratt.
gaggle
Whoa!
of cars, if you would say.
Whoa.
If you'd say in sports car terms, he's in a gaggle right now.
Yep, here we go. 3 wide with the race leader.
Scott Williams does have the fresher tires there. All right, looks like Schaefer it'll equal out here and hopefully not losing too much time to Landon Cardullo.
Adrian Schumacher's made his way into 3rd in the championship, 6th in the race over Malenko. Adrian Schumacher now set his sights on Max. Well, first Nathan Sylvia, then Max Service, and then Seth Berger. And again, we gotta wait about another 20 laps or so. But we've seen Adrian already close up to Seth Berger once. But again, the great Murray Walker and many others have said, catching is one thing, passing is another. Something along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's right. I think that was right.
I believe that's what Murray said, though. More or less what I was trying to go with here.
Yeah.
No, the great Murray Walker, the great Formula One legendary commentator, passing away in the recent months. Taking a look at the chat, Kerry Young says champion strategy is amazing. Number 77, and it does look like that as Seth Berger holds the lead of the championship by about 2 seconds. And here we go. Nathan Sylvia passes Max Service, but Adrian Schumacher wants to get both of them. He gets Max Service. Can he get Nathan Sylvia in the next corner? Cannot. But how long does he size up this 9 car? To the outside he goes. Move Adrian Schumacher into 4th position. 2nd in the championship. 2 seconds behind championship leader Seth Berger. I will say, remember the lead that the leaders had over the championship 4 was 15 seconds. That is now down to 11. I don't think that race lead is going to change hands, but the gap has narrowed once again from 15 to 11. And Reese Schaefer, Landon Cardullo, they are class of the field.
Yeah, they are gone.
Greg Holt in the pit lane here. I believe he overshot the pit box here. Let's see. Yep. To back up. And just a little bit. Right back in the box. We'll take a 15.6 second stop, and he's down and away. Race leader Reese Schaefer, he's getting into some dense lap traffic here. This is a pack on the lead lap with McClune. How about Joshua Fox? And I say Joshua Fox. This is actually his 4th Outlaw Sim Series start. Joshua Fox is in, staying on the lead lap here, well into the second half of this race.
Yeah, he's doing really well for himself, and he's had some good runs so far. And like you guys said, I think he's newer to iRacing.
Absolutely, he joined in April.
So he's having some good runs, and no, it's not top 10s yet, but again, he's new to iRacing, and this is the last race of the season, so if he joins next season, we'll see how he fares his way in the Outlaw Sim Series.
Absolutely. This season for him, or the rest of the season that he's ran, this is just making laps, getting used to these stock cars on racetracks, and making laps, getting used to how these cars hang on a long run. Andrew Pratt gets the wall. Right in front of the race leader, Reese Schaefer. But yeah, this is just laps for Joshua Fox. Not really anything else. I mean, he got some laps led at Talladega, but other than that, he's just out here having fun, running laps. I think he's really going to set his sights on working towards what's happening next season. Here we go, boys. This gap between Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher over the past 8 laps has closed 8/10. Right on board of Adrian Schumacher. Let's see this right here. Look at that. Actually, in 5 laps, it was almost a second difference that Schumacher's gained. That's crazy. Right there.
This Schumacher boy, he quick, guys, out there, everyone out there. He's really fast, and he's looking to get that championship. And rightfully so.
Pit stops are still about 10 laps away. 15, I think, for these boys. So, you know, he's only a second back with 15 laps before they pit. That's the estimate. Or 12 laps or so. He could still take over that lead.
If that 82 car wins the championship here, I think, rightfully so, he's the most deserving of the championship.
Could you imagine the story with 4 races to go? He was, well, what was like 15, 18, 19 points out of the cut line, finishing 26th at Talladega out of a 31 car field.
Sylvia.
Whatever.
Yeah, after getting wrecked by Nathan Sylvia, finished.
He didn't mean to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. But,
yeah, that is what happened. Nathan did kind of overreacted to Adrian.
And then finishing second at Richmond, and then finishing third at Charlotte, which gave him basically the way in.
Yep, got him
out of a tie
on a tiebreaker with the driver who led the most laps at Charlotte, and made contact with a lap vehicle that sent him into the inside wall, got him stuck, got him 40 minutes of repairs. Jeremiah Stutzman. It came down to a tie between that guy and the guy who finished 26th at Talladega.
Yeah. And that is all she wrote for the 71, and it put the 82 in. And I think, like I said before, I think if it ain't Berger, I think the 82 machine deserves the championship as well.
Let's think about this, too. These boys are continuing their strategy and all. These, Seth Berger, Adrian Schumacher, they're staying out 5 and 6 laps longer than Max and Malenko. How much longer is this race from last week? 5 laps longer. This strategy there may be a method to this madness. Martin Truex would probably say.
Well, I know somebody in the chat likes what you just said there. I'm not going to name who, but he knows who he is if he's still watching.
Oh, goodness. I kind of think he was a Truex fan.
My dad.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yo, Dan Park made a great point here. He said the entire top 7 is all of general chat. That's crazy.
Oh wait, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, he's right.
Crazy.
And then Joseph Causey sneaking his way up into 8th place after what, being like 26th or something.
He qualified well
there.
outside the top 20. He was. Landon Cardullo and Reese Schaefer pit. The race leaders are in. Joseph Causey, he started like 19th, 20th. He was back there. The race leader is now Seth Berger once again, but don't look too soon. Adrian Schumacher's there. Now, here's the thing. If Adrian Schumacher can pass Seth Berger and then lead Seth onto the pit lane, that would change the dynamic in this battle a lot.
Yeah, it would. It would bring a lot more.
I think that's what Adrian needs. He just needs to get to the lead and then pit when he gets to that lead. But oh man, it's so difficult. Seth is no slouch by any means. There's a reason why he's a Championship 4 driver with 6 wins on the season. This is a difficult battle. Once again, I gotta thank, even through the technical difficulties we had about lap 80, once again, 2 weeks in a row, different technical difficulties today. But to the 31 of you who are still here in the chat, still here rooting and supporting your drivers, is still sticking with it, and you know, staying with us for this great battle, this great show. I know, I'd say, you know, there's other battles on the track. To be quite honest, there really hasn't been. There was a little bit of a pack there. We did catch up with them when Reese Schaefer was coming up to lap them. But other than that, most of the other battles on the track have calmed down. It's really been this championship battle. Seth Berger, he's kind of held station now. Schumacher's been faster, but not by much. I mean, by hundredths. And that right there, 1/100th was Schumacher faster than Seth Berger. So what's happening here is it's kind of equating, or I guess the tires are equaling out here to 1 lap advantage Adrian has. Or I don't know, as I say that, here comes Reese Schaefer powering right on by. But Adrian Schumacher closing up.
Yeah, Schumacher's there. Like you said, though, he's going to have to try and get past Berger and lead him on the pit lane if he wants to make any dynamic change in this battle.
So,
like, oh, go ahead.
I got a message here from Kyle Lingerfeld. There was an incident on the back straightaway with Josh McClune. He got loose, made contact with Pratt. They almost wrecked, and then Lingerfeld was trying to avoid it, and then he made heavy contact with I believe McClune in the wall, or Pratt in the wall. I'll clarify there. But apparently there's an incident on the back straightaway that we didn't really catch. I'll try to see if I can go back.
Even I didn't catch it. I think I've just been. I think we've all just been busy watching this Championship 4 battle.
Right, and you know it is still, you know, our job to tell, you know, the exact story of what happened. But I did not hear about that. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And we continue on. We await those two to pit. By the way, Max Service and Malenko, they have pitted. They're still nose to tail. Malenko, I mean, I know he's got to, you know, get this pace to stay with Max, but he's got to, you know, really even out here with, and not really use up his stuff this early in the run if he wants any chance.
Well, since the first 2 cautions, we haven't really had haven't really had any other cautions since then. It's been a very clean race, as we see Lena Cardulo about to pass Seth Berger and Schumacher on the fresher tires.
So let's see here. Well, here comes Seth Berger to the pit lane. Adrian Schumacher stays out another lap, trying to see if we can get that tire advantage. Once again, I think we need a championship battle lead change counter. Or I'm going to have to go back through this broadcast and look at that or something. Because it's gone. I think we're going to have like 20 lead changes in the championship battle when this is all said and done. That is wild.
And imagine if there was a caution. Oh, man. Things would get wild.
Here's the thing, Seth Berger's in the pit lane. Where's Max Service and Malenko? They're rounding turns 3 and 4. Seth may still get out ahead of these guys. Seth is down and away. Max, now they're on the front straightaway. The change right here. Max isn't going to get to lead much. Malenko clears Max Service. There's Seth Berger on the apron. Adrian Schumacher should be coming in this time. Here he comes. Schumacher, ooh, keep it under control. Did he speed? Oh, no.
Oh,
Did
boy.
he speed?
That could be what ends Schumacher's championship. race if he did.
He locked up a lot past those cones.
Oh, he might have.
Oh no. We'll see here. If it's a 15-second stop, he didn't. But man, oh man. He's down and away in 15 seconds, so he would have gotten a hold, I believe, right? The speeding is...
Yeah, he could have gotten a hold then. Yeah, I think so.
I think he's okay. Let's go back and watch that pit entry. My goodness, we absolutely have to. Let's see it. Oh, sorry. He's entering the pit box. Pit lane, here we go. Man, did he slow it down enough? Oh my, you know what, he slowed it down before the sector line, but and is it truly, you know, the distance over time that the car travels in that sector line? I think he would have made it, but I mean, clearly if he hasn't served the penalty at this point, he is good. Malenko currently leads the championship battle by not a lot. By that much over Max Service. And again, the championship leader is in 6th. Granted, we're still waiting for Jeremiah Stutzman to come down to pit lane. Scott Williams.
And Tyler Markle to come down
Tyler
pit road as
Tyler
well.
Markle's down in 4th. Yeah, you're right. Jeremiah Stutzman holds a 1.5 second advantage. Trying to see how long the strategy can play out. If Stutzman can go like another... Let's see here. I don't know how many more laps he can go.
Oh man, Service and Malenko almost made contact there. What a battle these two are having right now.
Back to these boys. Max Service trying to get back to the inside of Malenko. These boys have the same aged tires. Now, how have they been used is up to the drivers. Tyler Markle enters the pit lane.
Malenko still containing the lead in here, but Service trying to put the power down with those tires, with the tires that he has, to try and get back to the championship lead.
The blip the follow there, out of 2, but keeping the pressure on. Seth Berger 2 seconds back. And that was not the final round of pit stops. These boys are gonna have to make another round of pit stops before this race is over. I think here comes Max to the inside.
He's gonna try and take it away, but the inside is hard to pass here at Kansas.
Oh, Max gonna hold it up high, side by side, down the back.
And I know you can see back there that blue machine number 77. He's coming. He wants the lead, the championship lead, and he wants it bad.
You know what, Adrian Schumacher, he is not coming to the pit lane again, so he's good.
Yeah, it looks like he made it.
Wow. If he wins this championship, it'll come down to that. Now, I don't know how much time he lost, but that could have been really, really tight. If he gained time out of that, wow, what a move.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting move, and that would have sucked if he did get a speeding penalty. That would have basically ended his race, just like what happened to Joseph Kazi last week at Charlotte.
All right, what happened to Joseph Kazi? That was way early. This would have stung because he was up there so much of the race. Malenko's now opened up an advantage once again to Max Service. Is this the run Malenko's going to be able to, you know, do what he can? As Seth Berger's still coming. I mean, with his 7-lap fresher tires this time, he's going to blow right on by these guys. But I think it's important to note, how many laps does it take for Seth Berger to pass them? Because when these guys come into pit lane again, it'll be about 180 for Max and Malenko. For Seth, it'll be about 185. That'll be 20 laps to go. Right here, this is 12 laps after Seth Berger's pit stop. This could get really close. And how about the top 4, the championship 4 right there, all in one frame.
All in one frame.
Seth Berger trying to go for the championship lead right here on Malenko into turn number 1. Adrian Schumacher, he's much closer than he's been to Seth Berger. Down the back straight, there's your championship 4. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
All in a line.
Who knew after 157 laps of racing and 127 of them under green, that we'd still be this tight under a blanket? That math is definitely wrong.
Yeah, that didn't sound right.
Actually, no, that was correct. 127 laps under green.
Oh, okay.
129, actually. 129. Jeremiah Stutzman in the pit lane now. That'll cycle everybody out to the correct positions as Adrian Schumacher has blown right on by both Max Service and Malenko. And here we go. This is the earliest Schumacher's going to catch Seth Berger.
Now he has to try and get past him before... Well, I mean, if he has this much of a run, he might be able to get past him before pit stops and then some.
Let's see here, the lap time disadvantage that Seth Berger has had to Adrian Schumacher over the last 5 laps right there. And that's Schumacher passing 2 cars in the last lap. Schumacher... This is a legitimate shot for Schumacher to win the championship. How it all plays out right here.
All Schumacher has to do is not make a mistake. You make one mistake, that ends your race.
Oh, keep it out the wall. Look at how close he gets to that wall. I know that's how you have to run it, but man. I've ran
really
so
close.
many laps here, and it's still scary how close you have to get to that wall. Oh, man. The battle back here between Malenko and Max Service for 3rd in the championship, spicing up at about the same time as well. Try to see if anything happens back here immediately. If not, we go right back up to Seth Berger and Berger Nation's number 77 out in front over a hard-charging, self-proclaimed road course racer of the 82 of Adrian Schumacher. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. How about Pit Stop TV coming in with the support? Let's see that pit lane cam. Yeah, I didn't mean to use the pit lane cam there. I used it more on the first round of pit stops. I'll definitely get him on this next round of pit stops. Dennis Montez says, you go, number 77. Diane Mendez says, hello from Alabama. I'm coming in really late. Where is Joseph Causey? Causey, after starting way outside the top 10, I think he was 20th, actually, for qualifying place. He has been working his way steadily forward. He's well inside the top 10 now, up to 7th, as we got a battle back here between Service and Malenko for 5th. And 3rd in the championship. Malenko holding station up high, Max Service down low. And now the battle for the championship lead between Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher.
Oh man, here we go. It's going to be interesting to see who will get the line here. But it looks like Seth has it for now. Especially with that lap car in the way. That might play a factor.
See, Rebecca Berger says, you can do it, Seth, number 77. And Pit Stop TV says, can the road course ringer become the championship bell dinger? How about it? We'll see if he can do it. See, he rides that outside lane. You kind of have to. But if he can get this run off the corner, he could really say something into turn number 1. He's not going to get it here. But Adrian Schumacher with the 1-lap fresher tires and definitely the much more known tire saver of the championship 4. It's really coming to life here in the middle of this stint on tires. Actually coming close to the end. We're about Oh man, the snaking down the back straightaway for Seth Berger, trying to break the drive. You can see just how desperate he is to hold on to any advantage he can. He knows he's losing that advantage to Adrian Schumacher, lap after lap, corner after corner.
Yeah, he's losing it, but he still has it here. All he has to do is defend that outside. If he can keep that outside defended, he might be able to keep Schumacher behind him for at least a little bit longer.
On board with Seth Berger, looking back at Adrian Schumacher. All over the back end. Look at that beautiful Toyota Supra front end. All over Seth Berger's rear end of a turn number 4 once again. Schumacher, this is mind games at this point. I don't know if Schumacher's got a true chance to make a complete overtake just because of how difficult it is to get that inside to work. But man, if he can put the pressure on Seth Berger enough to get him out of line a little bit. Here we go down the back. Does he have anything in the 3?
And it looks like Seth's going to get stuck behind a lap car, so that might be an advantage for Schumacher as we come out of 4.
Seth's got to change his line. He went down a little bit. Oh my goodness, he's going to cut him off down the front straightaway to stay out of Josh McClune.
Yeah, he's got him.
Oh man, here we go. By the way, Landon Cardulo's not too far up the road. Second place in this race is still up for grabs. Chris Newhall says South Side rooting for 77. Go Seth. Matt Rogers says go 82. Aaron says defense Berger, keep it tight. Who knew? Under the lights at Kansas Speedway, the championship battle would be this tight. In the waning stages, we still have another pit stop to go. But Adrian Schumacher playing the strategy very well. Does he try to come in with Seth Berger this time? Or does he continue to do what he's done and go one lap longer? I guess this also depends. Can he get around Seth Berger before pit stops?
Like you said before, if he can get around him before pit stops, that will change the dynamic of this race, and that'll change everything for the championship battle, because that'll mean Seth Berger will then have to try and maybe change up his strategy, maybe take 2 tires or something to try and get around Schumacher.
That's the first time tonight Malenko has beaten Max Service off a pit exit. That is a very important observation in this. Max Service has always come out ahead of Malenko after those two have pitted together. And now Malenko has set sail. He's not. Now I make this observation because Malenko doesn't have to work as hard to get around Max Service. Malenko could play tire conservation here.
Yeah, there could be some conservation of tires. Yeah, I agree. We'll have to see though what that number 7 car does, and these guys, don't count these guys out just yet.
We'll have to see how this strategy plays out once again. Back up here. Now this is the battle for second. Seth Berger on Landon Cardulo and Adrian Schumacher getting in this.
What happened to Landon Cardulo? He was in second for a while.
Seth Berger clears to second. Adrian Schumacher all over the back end of the 8.
Oh boy.
Man.
This is getting tight.
What do you do if you're Landon?
Just let him go at that point. Just let him go. I don't know what happened to that 8 car though.
Joseph Causey has entered the pit lane from well within the top 5. Granted, the 2 championship competitors pitted from ahead of him. Once again, Seth Berger holding station. And you know what, Seth Berger, I got to credit Seth's defense here. Adrian Schumacher's definitely looked like he's had the steady advantage. But man, Seth Berger has been a beautiful roadblock to Adrian Schumacher. But for, I mean, this is phenomenal. I know it's difficult to overtake, but man, Seth just putting that car in all the right places, fast at all the right points right now. Adrian Schumacher trying to get a run to the outside.
One thing Adrian Schumacher cannot do is overdrive this thing and put it into the wall, trying to pass Seth Berger. That would be the biggest mistake that A2 machine could do. right now.
So I just read the comment, and it's very interesting. Adrian Schumacher all race has gone 1 lap longer than Seth Berger. He's now figured out he's had such a much faster car than Seth, but he's not been able to overtake. Pit Stop TV just commented, "Do we see an undercut from the 82?" He hasn't been able to pass Seth. He's been faster, but he hasn't been able to pass. Does the undercut get the job done for Adrian? What do you think, Jacob?
I don't know. I don't think so. Here's why. I think Adrian's went in before Berger every time, or is the other way around?
No,
Or the other way around.
Gone 1 lap
but
longer every time.
Adrian's gone 1 lap longer. Actually, you know, it might get it done. Now, let me correct my statement here. It might be able to get it done because Seth Berger might not be able to get by Adrian Schumacher afterwards. So I think an undercut might be in Adrian Schumacher's favor. If you're listening, Adrian, you might want to take the undercut here.
Absolutely. It would make sense for the road course ringer to try it out himself. Tyler Mark also in the chat said, sorry for leaving. He sped on pit road, said he zoned out, and he just called it from there. It's all right, Tyler. You stuck around for a good long time. Got some good solid laps, and not a bad run for you tonight, Tyler. Wish you could have seen it through to the checkered flag. But anyway, we'll see how you can hit these boys up next season. Tyler Merkel finishing with 1 win on the season, and that was the season opener. He led 23 of 50 laps at the Auto Club Competition Road Course after taking the lead from Joseph Causey, and that was his only win on the season. That one, I figured he would have won a little bit more this season, to be quite honest. But it's been a rough season for Tyler Merkel after that win, and tonight was not a bad run. He was up there in the top 10. He was duking it out, and just a mistake there on pit entry that's going to cost him here.
Yeah, any mistakes in racing will cost you, so tough break for him. Not much more to say there.
Malenko now has a 1.7 second advantage on Max Service. Is Malenko using up his stuff too much right now? Look at him dive to the inside of McClune. And now it's also going to be very important. Where's Malenko right now? He's entering turn 1. Race leader, Seth Berger, as Reese Schaefer and Cardullo pitted together, by the way. Well, I assume they pitted together. I just know Reese Schaefer has now pitted and back on the lead lap. The race leader, Seth Berger, out in turns 3 and 4 right now. Malenko entering turn 3 right now. So, I'm making that point because, again, we're going to see where they cycle out. I can't assume these boys will take anything other than 4 tires. And, again, it's going to be interesting to see if Malenko has any tire to fend off Seth and Adrian.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here. We'll have to look and see how that strategy finds out. Man, look at that roadblock Seth has been. What a way to defend, like you said. He's been defending really well.
And here to lap time history, Seth Berger, he was faster than Adrian for a few laps. Now Adrian's been faster the last 4 laps.
Gonna try and push him out of the way down the back stretch.
He was looking all over.
He was looking.
What do you do, man? What do you do?
I don't think there's nothing he can do right now.
Gotta just keep forcing his way. I think Nathan Sylvia might have sped on pit lane. He just had a 33-second pit stop, or he took optional repairs.
Either one, tough. Great to see the 2-time winner. Definitely hurt there, and I don't think he's going to get a win tonight, but still able to come out and support the Outlaw Sim Series for the last race of the season. We appreciate that.
Max Service has now gained once again on Malenko. That gap from 1.7 seconds back to 1.3 seconds between Malenko and Max Service right there. You see, it looks like it's kind of stagnated the last few laps actually, and now Max is gaining visually there.
Man, yeah, he's gaining a little bit, and Max is, I think maybe Malenko, again, that damage is killing Malenko's tires.
24 laps to go on the inaugural Outlaws Sim Series Bandit Grand National 23 laps to go now. The first ever Outlaw Sim Series Bandit Grand National season. Devin Smith had an off track. Did he miss pit entry? Oh no, big hit off of turn 4.
Big, to go back to the race here, big slide from Seth. Almost got into Gilliard there, whoever that was behind him, and that was insane to watch.
Seth?
Yeah. Down the backstretch. There's a big slide.
Here. This could have been easily Adrian's opportunity to get around Seth Berger.
Man.
Off of turn number 2. Oh, man. I think maybe Adrian lifted in case there was an incident there, but might have cost him some time. And then had to get to the middle lane there in 3 and 4 with the lap vehicle of James Gilliard.
Comes Malenko and Max Service with their fresher tires.
Yep, here we go. Malenko trying to unlap himself. 21 laps to go. How big is this gap that Malenko and Max are going to have? Because they're just unlapping themselves. This could be a large gap. Malenko not able to find an easy way up around Adrian Schumacher. Schumacher staying up high. Thinks Seth's pitting.
And
Here comes Eric Peck. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Wow.
Championship leader at the moment went from when he pitted. Seth Berger in the pit lane. Trying to secure a championship here tonight. You know what? Maybe Seth was waiting for Malenko to catch up to kind of gauge how the gap would be, if it would be attainable in 20 laps. I would assume he takes 4 tires here. I can't imagine he doesn't.
Now, I believe Schumacher
Here
goes
comes
down
Adrian. Make it the pit speed. He does. Malenko's blown right on by. Seth Berger's just leaving the pit lane. I don't know if 20 laps is enough time.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of time, but I don't know if it's enough.
This championship battle could have went from Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher to now Max Service and Malenko.
And that battle's tightened up very, very nicely. We'll get to that in just a hot second. You watch Adrian Schumacher there. You see him go by in the background. Schumacher down and away. Where does he come out in relation to Seth Berger as well? Here's the battle for the championship. There's not really a battle for lead as Reese Schaefer has passed Scott Williams, and he has a 2.5 second advantage over him. 9.5 seconds over Stutzman. And Seth Berger will pass Adrian Schumacher on the outside. Schumacher was on the pit exit, and now there's 2 vehicles between Seth Berger and Adrian Schumacher. This gap, Seth Berger's got to make 10 seconds in 18 laps. Not possible. He's got, severely fresher tires. He's got about 20 lap fresher tires. But man, what a way to... Oh man. This is exactly what I think Lewis Hamilton felt this past Sunday, trying to chase down Max Verstappen, knowing that Max was on super old tires and he was on fresh tires. And it should have, mathematically just worked itself out that easily. But, man, this is a race and a lot can happen. And Seth's not going to have, as much of an advantage this entire 17 laps. This is going to be very interesting to see. But Malenko leads the championship with 16 laps to go in this race. Has a hard-charging Max Service behind him. With 16 laps to go, almost anything can happen, and probably almost anything will happen. Seth Berger is on a charge. See right here between Seth and Kazi. Man, nearly a second faster than Joseph Causey. Seth is a coming. He's 6 seconds back with 15 laps to go.
But just you wait. Schumacher is not too far behind.
Oh, man. We're going to have a pass for the championship lead, potentially, in the final 14 laps, the way it's looking.
This could get good.
This is going to get really good between the championship 4. Malenko continues to hold on to the championship lead. Reese Schaefer continues to lead this race. He's dominated today. Reese Schaefer trying to take his 3rd win on the season, and it would be 3 at a mile and a half. He's playing this race beautifully. Jeremiah Stutzman getting passed by the 2 championship leaders. Scott Williams still out here, has yet to pit. He will try to, I think what he's trying to pit here is probably pitting 4 laps. Scott Williams has stretched this field out a lot. Right now in second. At this point, he can come down for a splash. The 57-year-old from Tennessee again trying to get his 2nd top 10 on the season. I think he's coming in. Nope, that's just his line. Landon Cardullo, 13.5 seconds behind Reese Schaefer in 2nd. Adrian Schumacher has just passed Jeremiah Stutzman, and Schumacher is there on Seth. Here we go. There's Schumacher and Seth Berger. 2 seconds up the road is Malenko and Max Service. 11 laps to go.
Oh boy. These 4 drivers. Oh man. This is going to get interesting.
There they are. There are 2 battles off of turn 4. Adrian's got to be smart. If he thinks he's faster than Seth, he could try to use Max and Malenko on 20-lap older tires as a pick to get around Seth. "35 of you tuning in here. 10 laps to go in the season finale, and the championship 4 are nose to tail. Here comes Seth Berger on Max Service. Adrian Schumacher trying to follow suit. Malenko having to defend hard. He's going to have to try to block here. He's going to go up high, but Seth with the run.
Seth has so much speed and so fresher tires. Malenko's not going to have anything to say for him.
And yet another lead change in the championship battle, but that might not be the last. A hard charging Adrian Schumacher.
Oh man, this championship 4 race is getting wild with 10 laps left in this thing.
Adrian Schumacher sees a championship less than 2 tenths ahead of him, right in front of that windshield. What does he do? He's already experienced how difficult it is to overtake here. Look at this run!
What a big run there. It looks like he might get to the inside, but Seth is gonna block.
The turn 3, did Adrian lift there, man? I don't know what to do because that inside is so difficult to make the overtake work. But you can't just ride behind as well with 8 laps to go. What do you do?
I bet you that 77 car was wishing that we were going to lap 200 instead of lap 205 here tonight.
Absolutely, because 200 is right around the corner. We are on lap 198 right now. The leader has just taken lap 198. But 5 laps longer. Man, would Adam Gardner not look like a genius if this championship battle is settled in the last 5 laps?
Yeah, he making the call to push it to 5 extra laps was a big brain play from Adam Gardner.
Man, oh man. Seth Berger, we've seen him play defense all night, but as Adrian giving it his all, we've seen Adrian be the cleanest driver all season. But would he lay a bumper to win a championship? Scott Williams is pitted.
I mean, if I were him, If I were him, I would. I'm not. I would give a bumper to win a championship.
Seth looks a little bit slower in the center of the corner. Oh, Adrian looks loose there. Oh, there's Landon Cardulo as well. They're gonna. Oh, this is a battle for second. Landon's gonna block Seth.
And what is Landon doing?
Oh, Adrian!
Adrian's gonna get into Seth there. What is Landon doing?
I do not understand what's happening there. I think Landon was trying to get out the way. I think he was thinking they were gonna take the outside, but that was a little late. There should have been some communication. They're in the same chat. Definitely could have been some communication there. Or that was Landon trying to hold on to second.
I
4
don't know,
laps
but
to go.
What I saw, I didn't like from that 8 machine. But
I did not like it either.
This
I
is
think
a
it's just miscommunication. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but 4 laps to go. They're half a lap behind Reese Schaefer. It doesn't matter. Reese Schaefer at a Sunday drive, 13.5 seconds out ahead of this battle. Reese
This
Schaefer
is getting tight.
cruising,
Oh
but here
my
we go
Lord.
for the championship.
These guys are going to be racing hard for it. It looks like Adrian Schumacher's going to try and get to the inside of Seth Berger. Can he get it done? He's not going to be able to. That outside is too strong.
He's going to have to get Seth out of that outside lane or put him in the wall or something. Seth Berger is just too strong holding that lane that he wants. But here we go, a lap vehicle, Kevin Thompson.
Adrian Schumacher kind of almost followed him. That's going to give some time up to Seth. Oh, Schumacher got in the
gets the wall.
That could very well be it for Schumacher's chances.
That very well might have been. Max Service finally gets around Malenko for 5th. And Max Service gets the wall. Not done yet for this battle. Seth Berger's now opened up 0.6 of a second on Adrian Schumacher. And Seth's just got to make
one more lap.
another lap and a half, but Reese Schaefer is going to take the white flag here at Kansas Speedway. What a dominating drive from Reese Schaefer.
Yeah, it really has been, and he's done really well. And I know we haven't really focused on him too much because this championship battle has been so good throughout this entire race. But really, what a run from that 17 machine today.
Through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Seth Berger came onto the iRacing service 3 weeks before the season started. He said he would just be happy to win one race. Well, he's won 6 races, and even though it's going to be behind Reese Schaefer by 12 seconds, Seth Berger is the inaugural Outlaws Sim Series Bandit Grand Nationals iRacing champion.
What a championship win, and now it's time for the house to get rowdy. Berger Nation, rise up. You guys have just won yourselves a championship. What a drive.
What an absolute drive from Reese Schaefer tonight. Seth Berger is tonight's Outlaw Sim Series Bandit Grand Nationals iRacing champion. What a job from that 77 driver, 77 team, and the work they put in this season. A phenomenal season for Seth Berger. Reese Schaefer continues to make laps around the track, and here goes Seth, as he should, celebrating at the start finish. Reese Schaefer, the race winner, does his donuts as well.
Here comes the general chat burnout here.
Here we go. Oh, this is their thing. Oh my goodness. Just letting them have their fun on the front straightaway before we talk to any of these drivers.
Oh, looks like someone's
Somebody
blowing
just
an
blew
engine.
an engine.
I think it was the 9 car.
But let's get some raw emotions from the 2020-2021 Outlaws Sim Series Bandit Grand Nationals iRacing champion. Seth, congratulations. How do you feel, man?
That's it, man. That was. I've never had to work for something so much. Holy fuck. Oh, sorry for the language, damn it. Oh my gosh.
Seth, you were my pick, and you got it done. What a win, man.
Oh my god, that was. Oh, I've never had a race like that before. That was. Wow, I'm glad that had to be the best show of the year. Had to be. Oh my god, it wasn't for the race win, but it was for the championship. Oh my gosh.
It was something. We had to watch the entire championship battle. There was definitely somewhere in the range of 20 championship lead changes tonight. A very, very competitive race. How did you fend off those 3 drivers, of any, to hold on to the lead there at the end? Or to get the lead around Max and Malco, and then to hold off Adrian.
Dude, I got no clue, man. I was just going lap by lap, trying to plan out what was going to happen ahead of me. Oh, man. I'm not going to lie, I threw some dirty blocks on Adrian, but I did it for the championship, man. This is awesome. Holy crap.
Understandably, very, very hyped right now. What does this mean for you and the following you have with Burger Nation that comes out and supports you every week, and you're able to treat them with the results here, the 6 wins, and a title in a 36 race season that you just joined 3 weeks before it started?
Oh, man. I was thinking I had to get it done for Burger Nation that whole time, man. And, yeah, man, I was doing the best I could. I've never focused so hard. I was thinking Burger Nation, they really want to see a championship. I didn't think I was be anywhere close for contention for it this year. I mean, pretty sure there's an interview somewhere out there where I'm saying hopefully I could get 1 win this year, maybe 2. And I think it was 6 in a championship is 100 times better than what I thought it would ever be.
Well, Jacob, I'm sure you got some burning questions as well. What do you have to ask our
Seth,
champion?
First of all, Seth, I want to ask you this. How loud is that house going to be after this one? After this race is over?
It's already really loud, man. I could hear it. Oh, man, yeah. My phone's blowing up right now.
Man, what did it take to get out of that 77 car to win the championship? What did you have to do so right to win this thing?
There was not touch the wall a single time and run perfect laps every single lap. And what's difficult is what I had to do to hold off Adrian was back up my corner more and more to hold him off, just to make sure I could save enough tire to hold him off in the high line. And there were a couple times he was peaking on the high side, but I knew that was going to be the championship right there, because once he got to the high side, he was for sure going to pass me. And I can't believe I was able to run that perfect of a race, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. With 20 laps to go, when you guys pitted, did you think there was enough time for you to get to Malico and Max?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, that wasn't even in my mind. In my mind the entire time was Adrian. I knew it was going to be me and Adrian for that one. And oh man, yeah, that was exciting, man. I hope that was a great show for you guys. I don't think it could have been any better than that.
That was the best show, and Seth, I have to say, I am proud of you. You have really shown what you can do in the Outlaw Sim series, and it's awesome. And you now have the proof to pay for it as a championship winner. Good stuff from you tonight, Seth.
Oh yes, thank you.
Absolutely, congratulations, brother. Celebrate this one hard, man.
Yeah, you know it.
Go out there. We'll see you next season, man. What a season! What a drive! Congratulations to you and Burger Nation.
All right, thank you, and thank you,
Burger Nation. Rise up one more time.
One last time, and I'm glad they were able to one last time.
There we go. We got the back bumper in shot right now too, so perfect. All right, but congratulations, brother. We'll talk to you afterwards, man.
All right, thank you.
Driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. What a drive. But there's 2 sides to every story. Adrian, man, what happened out there?
You know.
Well, talk us through it, man. It was difficult. It looked like you had the pace over Seth most of the night because staying at that one lap longer. But I mean, how difficult was it to overtake?
You know, it was hard since I couldn't run the inside and some excessive blocking. Yeah, it is what it is.
Fair enough. I mean, did you ever think you were gonna be that close to pulling off what you did there over giving yourself that kind of chance to be in the title hunt? To be right there the way this season started and the way you went about things as, a proclaimed road course racer.
Yeah, definitely that the long run helped me get up there. I yeah, I don't know. I couldn't see myself up there at first, but once the long runs came in, yeah.
And I can hear it in your voice. I know it's difficult, man. But the run you've had this season, what does this mean to you? I guess going forward, knowing that you put an entire 36 race season in a NASCAR stock car together, and you were very competitive.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Just yeah, especially how I grown throughout the race and all that jazz.
Absolutely, man. Jacob, I'll give it up to you if you got any questions for Adrian. I know this one's tough.
Adrian, I know it's a heartbreak, finishing second and to Seth, but you had a great season, you had a great run. Tell us more about what it took for you to overcome these ovals. You were a road course guy, you were a road course ringer, and you've had to overcome a lot of ovals.
Yeah, just raced every race, mimicked what other people did, and developed. That's about it.
Yeah, I see that, and it was a great run for you, and I don't know if there's anything. Let me ask: was there anything more that you could have done to get to Seth Berger?
Maybe try to bump and run after like the third block, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't do anything on the inside. I guess it was just my car, or my car and experience on inside line. Because I've seen people make it work, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and that's really tough, and I know that the 8 car out there definitely didn't help whatsoever, but it's a heartbreak season, and hopefully I don't think we'll see you back next year, but it was a good try, and best of luck to you in your endeavors, and hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon in Outlaws Sim Series.
Yeah, absolutely, Adrian. I mean, it was an amazing run. I know, you definitely had the opportunity. But I think you've put yourself in a great position. A lot of people say a lot of the times to win a championship, you must first lose one. And I think you're going to bounce back really, really strong from this. I can't imagine that you won't be able to pull one of these off in the future in any whatever endeavors you go into. I know this one's going to sting for a bit, but you've learned a lot this season, and I think that's got to be very valuable moving forward. Congratulations making it to the championship four and finishing second on the season. and we're just gonna leave you to it, man.
Thanks.
That one hurt,
That
man.
one hurt. That he was not happy. That hurt.
Understandably so, man. Like
Yeah, he lost the championship by that much. That was tough.
yeah, I don't know how you go on from that, but we do go on with race winner Reese Schaefer. And Reese, man,
If
Yo.
what where were you?
I don't know.
were you in space?
I think I was out front. I don't know.
Talk about the phenomenal run. After that restart we talked to, man, we never saw from you again. You were gone.
Yeah, I just I kept things together. Like I said, I only got on the wall once all night. I was like, I left like 30 or 40, and then I just, I just tried to stay consistent as best I could. I found a lot of people were having issues in 1 and 2, really tight out of 2, and I found a really good trick that I could gain like a 10th every lap. Is I get that left tire under the white dotted, white like dashes on the high lane, and it allowed my car to like kind of back end to go out a little bit, so I could turn super easy, and so I just kept doing that all night, and I think my biggest thing was my pit roads. I was like perfect every time, no issues. And then I had to deal with lap traffic like the second or third run, which was pretty scary, not gonna lie. But other than that, I guess I'm here. So
Fair enough. Jacob, I'll let you kind of run what you want here with Reese. I don't know how much more you got to ask, but
Schaefer, you did it again. 3 wins in Outlaw Sim Series, and you stole a win from a championship driver. Tell me about it.
yeah, it was definitely a weird race because after that restart, like you guys said, I mean, I saw Landon. He was like maybe like 2-3 seconds back, but then went through the first pit cycle and he got to like 4 or 5 seconds, and then after that, I didn't see anyone else behind me. So I just honestly, this win to me really feels the same as Kentucky. I honestly didn't think I was that fast, nor was I like staying super like I didn't have like a super long run car or anything. I felt like I had an average car, but I just had a really good track position, and that was just what kind of prevailed me up to a win. So
Reese, I have a question to ask you about that 8 car. What happened at the end there? You guys were like 15 seconds ahead of each other, and then I don't even think he finished second.
yeah, I'm not sure. I think I don't know if his tires were going bad or he got in the wall a couple times, but I mean the wall tonight was a killer. I mean you probably saw it on the broadcast, but I guarantee every car tonight hit the wall probably.
Yeah.
Some more than others. It's this track. Man, it's very interesting. I wish the track wasn't like the way it is. I wish we could all run different lines and just have like better things. But I mean, like Landon was trying to stay with me at the start of the race, but I mean the draft is so bad. You get so tight. It's just so hard to pass. It's all about track position here, and luckily, even though I started third, I got out front and just kept it all the way. So.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you in your future endeavors. I know you have also said that you're not going to come back to Outlaw Sim Series, but
Yeah, well,
best of luck to
we'll see what
you.
happens. Yeah,
Maybe you'll be back
maybe.
in season 3, or
Mhm.
we'll see you at some point. And great win tonight, and
Yeah.
go celebrate that thing, man.
All right, I will. Appreciate it, guys.
absolutely an amazing run from Reese Schaefer. Congratulations, dominating for his 3rd win on the season. What an absolute amazing drive, and want to see if we can get words in with Max Service, but at the very least we'll see if we can get a word in with our oh goodness, where was he? 4th place driver in the championship, Malenko, and the hard fought battle you had all day. Was there any chance that strategy was going to play out for you, man?
Best I got was hopefully when they ended up pitting around that 180 mark, and we got to like 193, and they were right behind us. A caution come out because I was probably the best on the short run, but only for like a good 15 laps, and then everybody else pretty much for the championship 4 was way better than me after those 15 laps.
we saw you eat the wall twice. How badly affected was the car? Was it even affected?
I wouldn't say the damage was that much of a hindrance. It wasn't even that much on the time to when I went down to in the pits to fix it. I didn't really hit it that hard. I just grazed up into it a few times.
You already know I've done a race here. Fair enough. It was a highly contested race. All four of you led the championship several times. I think we got somewhere in the range of 16 to like 20 lead changes between you four.
We all tried our best. We all weren't the final four for nothing. We all had to say it, and I don't know how much more you can ask. We gave all we could to the viewers, and I'd like to thank Outlaw and Spoob for putting this on. You guys for broadcasting it. Team Swift for always no matter what the race is, if it's a long slugfest, if it's boring, if it's a real competitive race, we're all racing side by side. It's always a fun race with those boys.
Absolutely. It was a phenomenal show to put on, and I think that's a great mindset. You left it all out on the track. There was a few times where we were thinking, could he get it done? Would he be able to get it done? It did not work out that way. Did you kind of surprise yourself that you had, your fair shot at it?
A little bit going into the day. I knew how poor he ran at Kansas, but that was also with where I had already multiple wins on the season, and we were just getting to the middle grind of the season, and I knew I was going to be a bit faster. I didn't know I was going to have quite the pace I did. It kind of surprised myself. Turn 2 was a real pain today, but other than that, proud with the run. It's last out of the championship 4, but I gave it everything I had, and you can't ask for more than doing your best.
Absolutely. Again, we saw you left it all out on the track. Jacob, I don't know if you got anything else to add on or ask Malico.
There's not much I can really say, but that was a great run, Malico, and I was pulling for you there before you hit that wall. But best of run, and hopefully we can see you back again next season.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great run from Malico, and I see Max is back in there. So
Max is back here. So let's see.
We can try to get the thoughts from all the final four. Max, I mean, what was that race, man? That was wild. I think all four of you had your fair shot at one point.
I mean, we were trying. Me and Mal were trying similar things. We were both not as quick as Adrian or Seth, so we had to go out there and try something, and we did. And just hoping for a caution. There was no way we were gonna hold them off all race.
Fair enough. That final stop where Mal finally got out ahead of you, did you know that was probably going to be, I guess, the partial, final nail in the coffin for you? Or was it kind of already over with Seth and Adrian? Or you were always kind of able to get ahead of Mal and then he would fly by? Or did you already, expect him to use up his stuff early?
I'm just brutal on short runs with a 16-to-1 ratio, and that's what you have to run to be fast, and I haven't quite figured out how to be good on a short run, so he was just better at that, but then he tore up his stuff, and I was able to get to him and struggled to get by him for a little bit, and that's usually when Seth and Adrian caught us, but there was no hope at holding them off regardless. We were just trying to short pit to put as much distance as possible so that we could maybe have a lucky caution there, but there was no hope. Even if we did have a caution, I was probably going to finish 4th out of all of us because my car was so bad on a short run.
And we'll talk about it. And when you got to those long runs, granted, they had 5-lap pressure tires, but was 5 laps that much of an age difference that it was that difficult to fend off Seth and Adrian, or were they just that much faster, or at that point was it difficult on your tires? Because it was only about a 5-lap difference all race between you and Mal and Seth and Adrian, but it seems like they just flew right on by you about 20 laps in.
Well, tires meant a lot out there, so it was really a lot, but they were better than both of us on long runs to begin with at the start of the race when we had equal tires. So they were definitely going to be better with the tire advantage there. So, but they were just unbeatable today, both of them. Just they were so willing to go up there and run next to the wall. They both deserve massive credit for that and not touch it all day long. I mean, I don't think, at me at very least, I wasn't willing to get up there. I didn't want to hurt the car because it was already bad enough.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched it all the way to the end. Adrian, I think, caught the wall, and that did it for him with like 3 laps to go. But once again, I already know we asked you in pre-race, but to be in this championship 4 spot and just really to see how competitive it was today after the race now, how much does it mean anymore to you just being one of these 4 drivers and how, crazy it was to try to win one of these? Or are you still indifferent to, how you felt earlier, or just making the championship 4? What does it mean to you, I guess, at this point?
I mean, it's a big deal, but it probably could have been a bigger deal if I was better at Kansas. Me and Mal kind of decided earlier today that we were going to be the 3-4 positions, and it was going to be Seth and Adrian going for the win. So, but I mean, it's a huge honor to be here and just have the opportunity to compete for one and be in the position to maybe win a championship.
There you go. Jacob, you got anything else to add or ask?
Max, is there? I know you said these 2 were fast today. Is there anything else you could have done with that 81 car to get it into victory lane or maybe a championship win?
The only thing I got is maybe bring the brake bias down more, because right at the end of practice it wasn't like bad, but as soon as we got into the race with all the dirty air and stuff, the car just plowed, especially on entry to the corners. So I feel like brake bias really would have helped. But other than that, there's really nothing, and they were just so committed to getting right up there to the outside wall and just making it work out there. But I mean, huge congrats to those 2 for putting on a show there at the end. I mean, they were so fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not much more I have to say. That was a great season from you, Max. I know you didn't really have the results that you wanted to. 31 race winless streak. I know that doesn't sound good, but you were very consistent and you found speed out of it when you needed to and got yourself into the Final 4. Good stuff tonight, Max, and hopefully we'll see you back next season or maybe season 3.
Thank you. And I just want to give a huge thank you to Adam for putting this all together, and you 2 up here for making these broadcasts as good as they are.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an absolute blast. And Jacob coming on mid-season was a brilliant addition. But again, we can't do what we do without, the show that you put on every week. You and your competitors. Again, a phenomenal job this season. Congratulations on making the championship 4, finishing 3rd on the season, and the run and your chance that you had tonight. And yeah, congratulations once again. Best luck to you, next season and whatever else you decide to do with us, man.
Yeah, thank you, and biggest congratulations of all that I can give out is to Seth here on our championship. I know we became great friends, and he's certainly deserving of it.
Oh, absolutely. That was a fun friendship to kind of watch grow. I mean, from the sidelines at least, but that was that was not a bond I expected at the beginning of the season. And man, y'all doing those nose burnouts there at the end, I think showed a lot just out of you 2. So yeah, once again, congratulations, great season, and then yeah. We'll see you next time, man.
All right, thank you. I'll try and end the winless streak.
Yeah, sometime, man. I mean, 30, 31, 32, man, that's not good.
I know. I'm doing my best with it. I'll try and figure it out next season.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Thank you.
Good stuff, Max.
All right, that is our championship 4 and our race winner. I guess we should get the rest of our results out of the way and let's talk about them. Oh yeah, they're not coming up. That's all right. We'll discuss it then. But Yeah, Landon Cardullo comes in as the next highest non-championship driver. He'll come on fourth. Like you said, the second place driver for most of the day, and then all of a sudden really fell off the pace there. I was not entirely sure. I'm assuming he got the wall. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Landon actually being able to close out one of these races? He should have been second, but fourth.
I mean, he closed it out, but he didn't really close it out in the right way. He should have been, like you said, he should have been second. But I don't know what happened there at the end. I guess tires or something. But he should have been second, and he finished fourth. I don't know if he's too happy about that right now.
It was a hard-fought race, and the two people he did get passed by were the two people fighting hard for the championship. I want your take now on when they approached the 89 of Kevin Thompson. What were your thoughts? What are you thinking between Seth and Adrian and them approaching that lap?
I thought when they were approaching Kevin Thompson, maybe Adrian would try and pull something out there, and maybe he would try and get around Seth, and he really didn't, and he stayed behind him. So, I mean, there's not much more you can really say about it. I mean, if Adrian had more speed in it, maybe he could have tried something. I don't know. He was really there. But, it's just tough. It's the luck of the draw, basically, and he couldn't get to Seth, especially on the inside. And Seth got the win and the championship. Or he didn't get the win. He got the championship. That's about all she wrote.
It was oh so difficult to overtake. We saw that demonstrated time and time again. But how about it? Larry Mack being right, not having to win the race, just win the championship or beat the other three. I mean, because Reese and Lana, they were gone. They were hot lapping every lap, and nothing was going to change for those two, I don't think. Well, it did change for Landon. But nonetheless, it was going to take a lot for the championship four to be race contenders. But again, they only have to worry about themselves. And I'm going to go back and count. But with way over double-digit changes for the championship lead, I am so satisfied with the show that the championship four put on tonight.
Yeah, that was a great show, and I guess I just got a text from Adam. He said during that pit stop, Adrian was so close to speeding, so Adrian just got in there in time. So
it was close.
Yeah, it was really close. I tell you what, but he just got there in time. But yeah, these drivers put on a great show, and again, I want to thank the fans for coming out for the final race of the season and being a part of it. I know Pit Stop TV was here; they tuned in, and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, could be some big things coming up in the future. Y'all definitely want to stay in tune with the Outlaws Sim Series Facebook page, and it is Outlaws Sim Series on Facebook or facebook.com/Outlaws Sim Series. I guess I should hit up the rest of the results. Joseph Causey, again, after starting 20th, finishes 7th. A brilliant run from Joseph Causey. That's just what we expect out of him. Kind of looked like he was best of the rest. Jeremiah Stutzman with the strategy gets him to 8th. Qualified on pole back-to-back weeks. The Pratt Tile & Stone Pole Award winner. Pratt Tile & Stone serving all your tiling needs since 2003. But Jeremiah Stutzman, what a phenomenal qualifying attempts the last two weeks.
Yeah, he's really had great qualifying runs there.
Carrying on, Kevin Thompson comes up 9th. Scott Williams gets himself his second top 10 on the season with the run tonight. His first one was at North Wilkesboro. Took him all the way through the playoffs, so about 12 races till his next one, but he'll get it done tonight with a 10th place finish. Andrew Pratt showed speed early in practice. He'll come on 11th. Eric Peck 12th. Very, very good run. Very impressive Eric Peck's pace today. Started 24, finishes 12th. Way to stay in it. Way to dig, brother. Devin Smith, 13th. Nathan Sylvia comes from 14th after running fast all day. I believe maybe he caught a wall or sped or something, and he kind of called it a day. No, he came to finish.
Yeah, he came to finish.
Okay.
He was there.
Never mind. I guess I thought he was a lap down or something. Maybe he was. But
he was something like that, but
right.
I mean, he was still at the finish.
He was there. Joshua Fox, great run again. His 4th Outlaw Sim Series start, making laps. He finishes the race. That's, a big part. And he makes up 8 spots from where he started. Started 23rd, finishes 15th. So a great run for Josh Fox. Doug Solms, a great run as well. 25th to 16th. James Gilliard finishes, fights through and finishes. He'll be 17th. St. Cour 18th. Then we get to some kind of DNFs here. Josh McClune comes home 19th. Tyler Markle 20th. Greg Holt 21st. He was fast early. Adam Gardner comes home 22nd. Matthew Setzer 23rd. Kyle Lingerfeld 24th. Jason Miz 25th. Aaron Elam 26th. Christian Converse does not take the start of the race tonight. He will be scored 27th. As far as points go, there was only 2 drivers who did not make the playoffs who got into the double-digit point totals. It was Jason Miz and Adam Gardner. So great job for them making it 4-digit point totals this season. That's tough without the points reset and getting that extra boost to still make those quad digits. Great runs for them to fight through all season. Even Adam Gardner having to miss 2 races as a race controller early in the season, was able to keep in it. He comes on 14th in the standings. So yeah, at this point I'm usually saying make sure you tune in next Wednesday, but we don't have a race next Wednesday. I should say definitely check out the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. They're a voluntary health organization. Then they give those affected by suicide, again, a nationwide community empowered by research and education and advocacy to take action against the leading cause of death. It's not the leading cause. It is one of the leading causes, though. It is a serious thing. And again, you should definitely check them out at afsp.org. Give them a look at least and see if it is worth your time to consider donating to that foundation. And again, the brilliant cameras you saw tonight provided by Whiplash Media, and the work that Andrew Cardinale put in for us today was phenomenal. I could not thank that man anymore. He is an amazing person, and who knows, we could potentially have plans to work with him some more in the future. So that'll be something to keep our eyes on. But at the very least, if you need iRacing camera packs or paint schemes or stream overlays, check out Whiplash Media at www.pitstoptv.com, so that you can find out all those resources, all the information you need to get your iBroadcast up and running. And again, the job Seth Berger did. iRacing is not easy, but he came into the series the third to last week of preseason testing, second to last week. Then they had the clash, but 3 weeks before the first Point Spain race, and he won his first race 6 weeks into the season.
Yeah, and you've seen me. I really sucked in the LSM series. I'm not good in the Xfinity cars, and I came up here and found better things. But like you just said there, iRacing is hard. I've been on the sim since 2014, and listen, this thing, it's not like a video game whatsoever. This is a real simulator.
Yeah, absolutely. It is incredibly difficult to learn. I've been on here a year, and by no means am I a master at this by any means. It is so difficult to put the car exactly where you want it, every time you want it. And those who been on here for years and up there in the iRating, they definitely can, and it shows. But I have to also just commend this season. Most of these drivers just renewed their year-long memberships in the last month or so. This league is coming from console as a whole, and such clean races, man. We averaged, without we have to average the North Wilkesboro race or the Nashville race, because it is a race on the season. It was a Point Spain round. They had 15 cautions. We averaged like 3.2 cautions on the season with that race, but without that race, that one anomaly, we averaged less than 3 cautions on the season for full-length Xfinity Series races, or realistic Xfinity Series race lengths in real life. That's phenomenal for a bunch of new guys to the sim. You've been on here for years. Did you ever think something like that would happen? And a decent field size at that,
Yeah.
nearly 30 cars.
To be honest, when you gave me the invite into the league and you were like, oh yeah, these guys are new to iRacing, I figured, oh, well, these guys are just going to be wrecking and all this stuff. And And then we went into the season and we were green flag after green flag after green flag, race to race. And it's just so awesome to see that these drivers, they race clean. There's really no wrecks out there that haven't been like either a racing incident or anything like that. And it's just clean racing all around from these drivers, and it's been an awesome season, and I can't really say any more than that.
Well, I think that also means we're kind of running out of things to say. So I guess we should call it at that. Thank you once again for tuning in, each and every single one of you. At one point in the pre-race, 40 plus viewers, 44 viewers at one point for the big surprise we had in the warm-up session. And all of the supporters out there of the Outlaw Sim series, all of Burger Nation, all the drivers fans. I know we've had supporters from so many different drivers this season, and it's so great to see that people want to watch their friends, their family compete in sim races. That's blowing my mind that sim racing is kind of getting to that next level as well, that it kind of asks for family support, and friend support, and those people are willing to give their time, 3.5 hours out of their Wednesday nights to support us and to support their favorite drivers. So I just want to thank each and every one of you. That's a lot of time to commit out of your Wednesday nights every Wednesday. And, we wouldn't be doing these broadcasts if it wasn't for y'all as well. So once again, thank you all for all the support and all the things y'all have pushed us to do this season as spectators of the Outlaw Sim series, and all the drivers who go back and watch this. And here's what I say here. We cannot put on this amazing show week in and week out without the amazing drivers putting on the show. I mean, how long of this Kansas race were we not watching a battle? It was phenomenal. Even though it was usually the battle for the championship, it's the final race of the season with the final four. I feel like that was kind of warranted, but nonetheless, big things coming up for the Outlaw Sim series. Open setup truck series on the rise. Preseason testing should be coming up in a few weeks, and we could be seeing a truck series kick off in July. Again, keep all your tabs on the Outlaw Sim series Facebook page for all the information you need for all that. But I think for the final time this season, I have to say this has been Jacob Zala and Emerson Arden on the call. You all stay cool, stay safe. We'll see you on the far side. Outlaw Sim series, man. A phenomenal season. Season 2 is only going to be much, much better. Good night, everybody.